tears came down my cheeks. I was like, oh, I've never felt this way before.
Do you have aspirations of getting married?
Whoa, I didn't see that coming.
MrBeast a fucking moron. That's like a constant battle for me. I have a mental breakdown every other week.
Something I want to talk to you about is the term beastification.
This is like a crazy sentence.
But do you feel like people judge your moves?
Just changing that took it from like a B to like an A++.
Do you feel like you're coming into a different state of being?
Yeah, I've never talked about this before. So this is gonna be a weird couple sentences, but do you guys do intros or how does this work?
That was the intro.
I knew you were going to say that. I set that up so you could make that joke.
Yeah.
Oh, he hit me with it. Oh,
An
okay.
alley-oop from Jimmy.
Yeah. Anyways, we're in it.
We're in it, man. We did this almost exactly 2 years ago in this exact same spot.
Yep. Crazy.
And dude, being here it's so different.
Yeah.
It's insane.
You want to explain to them so they know the difference?
I mean, first off, there's a lot of stuff in here. Last time we were in here, it was completely empty.
Yeah. You know, last time we did a podcast, I would tell you to overlay things, and you guys never overlaid it.
No,
so are you going to overlay the footage this time
man,
of the last time?
on.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep it going. I know there's such a funny moment.
They're
in
like,
the pod.
oh, we got like 20 million views last time. Why would we change anything?
You point to the camera and you're like, just roll that B-roll editor. Yeah, okay, thanks. And it just holds on you.
I don't know how we missed
I don't know how we missed that one.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours.
I did that twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this time we won't do it again. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, things have changed. Like there's so many people here working. There's like, it feels like very alive in this building. Obviously this building was brand new when you got it. Candidly, I feel like we've had so much fun over the last 24 hours here, just hanging out.
It's nice having you around too, because it's like a buddy to like work hard with, so I don't feel so alone late at night.
I think that's the thing is Colin and I were saying today, it feels so fun to be here because it's a bunch of people doing the thing that we like to do.
Yeah.
You know, we're surrounded by people who are excited about making YouTube videos.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you? Like the past 2 years, so much has changed.
Oh, the past 2 years?
Yeah.
What would you say I was at 2 years ago? So like right now I'm on like the main channel I have 160 million subscribers, but 2 years ago I mean
60
probably,
million?
Yeah. If that,
50
maybe
million?
like 40.
Yeah.
It was
it's been
before
pretty crazy.
Feastables, I think, was public. It was before your Squid Game video.
Yeah, before all that. So I mean everything's changed. It's definitely pretty interesting because you always think like, okay, this is roughly the top, but this is like things aren't going to get much crazier.
Yeah.
And then we're growing so fast that it keeps getting crazier and crazier. And you're like, okay, you know, people are only going to stalk me occasionally. It's like, that's about as bad as it gets. And then it's like, oh, the frequency of people following me home from when I go to Walmart is going up. Or like, you know, when I go to an airport and wait in a line, the amount of people that, you know, harass me in these lines where I can't really do anything. And it definitely is a lot crazier than I thought, to be honest.
I think that, I mean, obviously the mathematical difference between 40 million people and 150
well, it's
or
even crazier
million.
when you take all my platforms, because I think we're closing in on 400 million followers.
Right.
And so that's just, or even throw followers out the window because it's kind of a vanity metric. Who cares?
Yeah.
But like we're getting 30 plus billion impressions a year. So like 30 billion times, you know, now people are seeing my face and see me. So it's like, I don't like leaving this building. When I go out in public, it's just like, it's pretty brutal.
I think like the frequency of mainstream press too in the last year has gone way up. Like
100%.
not even just viewership on YouTube and people who understand and watch YouTube videos, but like New York Times this, Washington Post that, CNN, like anytime anything happens, it's like, whoa, these articles are everywhere. Or even when nothing happens, just like, there's just stuff
or
all
even
the
like
time.
random shows will like mention me or things like that, just because it's like when they, well, a lot of people now when they like think of YouTube, they associate MrBeast a little bit like they used to PewDiePie. So it just kind of gets out there. And there'll be people who are like, if you ask them, do you know who MrBeast is? They'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, what do you think of his videos? And they will be like, I've never seen one, but I know who he is.
Wow.
And which is like, that has exponentially grown the last few years. And I'm kind of like, so how do you know who I am? Why are you asking me for a photo if you just don't you've never seen a piece of content I make? And they're like, oh, well, I heard you help people and you do this. And so it's like probably like 30% of the people I take photos with now just have no idea what I do. They just take a photo because they see my face.
So what do you think about that from like the I guess, cost of this kind of scale for you from a like fame perspective?
Yeah.
Do you find it like that's just the name of the game? Like that is, it's worth it? Or does it feel kind of like an unanticipated cost?
Here's the answer. So like, it definitely, like, you don't think this, like every step of the way, like I said earlier, you think you've made it and you think this is about as crazy as it'll get. But like, if you have 1 million followers, like you guys, or you guys are probably bigger than that across everything, but if you go out in public, you'll occasionally take a photo. Like, you know, if you go to Walmart twice a week, you'll get every third time you'll take a photo. It's very validating. You're like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is like a real career. Look, this guy noticed me. And then when you get to 10 million, it's like a whole different world. Like every time you go out, you're gonna take at least one photo. And it's like, oh, this is awesome. You know, if you're with your girlfriend, you'll take a photo and it's like, look, people like me. But it's like very manageable. But you think that's like the top. But then you go from 10 million to 100 million. And next thing you know, when you go to Walmart, it's not like one photo or two. It's like someone asks for a photo and everyone else looks. And then like there's a line of 20 people. And then, you know, when you're checking out, there's like 5 people behind you, like, you know, what are you doing? What are you buying? Why are you buying those cookies? And it's like, just, you know, I just wanted to buy some cookies, you know, and like, and they keep following you because they're so like starstruck. They're like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I got to take advantage of this moment. And then they, you know, start posting and their friends come. And if you're like, I have a 5-minute rule. I can't be, after I take the first photo, I can't be there for more than 5 minutes because they always post it on their stories. And then all their friends always come to the place. And within 5 minutes, now there's like 20 other people coming here and it just gets so much crazier. So like you have random things like that. And then when you walk out of a store, you always have to look back and be like, yeah, it was nice meeting you. You don't have to follow me to my car. Okay, take care. You know? It's like, but you don't have to do that when you have 10 million subscribers. You just don't, you know? And so it gets like crazier. And then you get to that point and you're like, okay, this is about as crazy as it's gonna get, you know, and that's like probably me 2 years ago. And then now here we are with like 400 million followers across everything. And like, you know, I don't know, probably last month we gained like 20, 30 million alone. So it's like, it's still growing massively and it just gets even crazier. You know, people come to your house all the time. The rate of people following me home or like one thing that was, I just don't even understand it. That was wild was when we were going to Antarctica. And also, I hate that. So far, this podcast has been me complaining. I love you guys. You guys gave me everything. Like, so I'm very grateful. I love my fans. So don't take this the wrong way. This is just more an interesting thing that I've been thinking about a lot recently, not me saying you guys suck. Because this is also like 0.0001% of people. 99% of people I meet, super chill. Just ask for a photo and it's cool. But we went to Antarctica and on the way we went to Chile and we stopped there for whatever, like 5 days. And I was, you know, in the airport, I was wearing my hoodie, sunglasses, just staring at the floor. I was like, if I don't take any photos, I'll just go straight to the hotel room. No one will know I'm here. And somehow this one like little kid recognized me. And I was like, no photo, please, please. And he's like, photo, because they speak Spanish. And I was like, I didn't know how to tell him no, and I didn't want to be mean. So I took it, and that was it. And I got in and out of the airport with only one photo, staring at the ground with my hood up. And then like in the hotel room, someone sent me an article that was literally written because that kid posted on social media, and then the local news picked up, oh, MrBeast is in town. It's a tiny town in Chile. Not much happens there. And then all of a sudden, people are like, oh, what hotel is he staying at? And then people figure out that we're at that hotel. Yeah. And now there's like 200 people outside this hotel running up and down the hallways, like knocking on doors, trying to figure out which room's me and Carl. And we also had like the dream team there as well, so which made it even bigger. And they're like, where are they at? And they're like, I was talking to the manager of the hotel. It's like, why don't just have your security like control things? And he's like, we do. And so I had to hire security to like help lock down this hotel because there's so many people. And then there's like people trying to camp outside the hotel. And we're like, this is not a meet and greet. Like I'm just here while I wait for my flight to Antarctica. And it's like that, it's like one of those moments where then now people know, well, eventually he has to leave and there's one airport. So there's just a sea of people waiting at the airport when you go there. And then it's like, at some point I have to wait in a line at the airport. And then it just gets even crazier because then the TSA people are like, oh, this guy's famous. Let's get him through the line because there's just a mob of people. And then they're like, but we'll do that if you come take a picture with our kids. And so it's like, I'll help you skip these pictures if you take these pictures. And it's like all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, everybody, I'm just trying to board that plane. Like, let's but none of them, because we dub our videos now and we get like 10 to 20 million views in the first month and just Spanish on our videos. So we have a massive Spanish audience. And so like none of these people speak English. So I'm like really struggling too because I'm like, hey guys, I'm a little uncomfortable. There's a lot of people around me, but they don't have any idea what I'm saying. And they're just like, you know, photo. And so anyways, you get experiences like that where you're like, you seriously question like, is this actually worth it? Like, because obviously it just makes traveling and everything infinitely more stressful. And
and it's interesting because when you're sitting here, like we were with you in an edit session last night, like you're crafting the videos to get as big as possible. So it's almost like both things are happening at once, right? Like the bigger the videos get, which you just literally, the yacht video was what, the
The second most viewed YouTube video, non-music, in YouTube history in 24 hours. So the most viewed video in 24 hours is when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I think that got 48.2 million views in a 24-hour period. Before that, it was our Squid Game video, but now our Squid Game video is number 2. Then we just uploaded a video that beat Squid Games, but barely lost by like 500K views to the Chris Rock video.
I mean, that's crazy, right? So you're at this moment where you're reaching the most amount of people. So that,
literally, like, the most you could ever fathom. It's going to continue.
If you were to get a 1 out of 10 on your channel in the YouTube studio right now.
The only way this is like a crazy sentence, but the only way my next video that I upload is a actual 1 out of 10 is if it is the most viewed video in YouTube history in a 24-hour period, because my last video was the second most viewed video in YouTube history in a 24-hour period. And so I'm like talking to my team because they, they obviously care what the video is out of 10. Every creator does. And I'm like, hey team, I think on this one, it's okay if we get like a 4 out of 10, a 5 out of 10. I think we can understand. And they're like, no, we want 1 out of 10. I'm like, guys, let's just be realistic here. And that's like the conversation I'm having to have with my team earlier today. It was funny.
I would say another thing that I feel being here in the last 24 hours is and even just talking to you over the last couple of weeks, is like an immense sense of focus. And, like I feel like the main channel is like, you've put a sense of focus on it that is like showing up in how it's performing.
Yeah.
Right? Does it feel like that to you, or does it feel like similar, I guess, to how you've treated it in the past?
Well, there definitely was a period in my life where I was focusing a lot on gaming channel and stuff like that. For the last 14 years, the main channel has always been my focus. Just sometimes I put a little time here and there, but right now it's really 3 things that my entire world revolves around. I work out every day, I work on main channel videos, and I work on Feastables. It's just those 3 things. I wake up, I do that, and then when I'm done, I go to bed, and I just do that every day.
Yeah, I can feel that focus. I mean, you also we worked out together this morning.
That was fun.
You're really strong, dude.
We're getting there.
I'm not you were.
We're on day 300
I was like,
of working out every day. Actually, today was 310. So me and Eric, another YouTuber, we signed a contract where we'd work out every day, and if we didn't, we'd get a tattoo of each other. And you're okay to have a day off if it's like actual part of your program. So occasionally have rest days. But for the most part, the last 310 days, me and him have worked out every single day, and we've held each other accountable, and it's been awesome. Because I was just so laser focused on the channel and I just realized one day, I was like, I have not been working out or taking care of myself or anything. And then I called Eric and I was like, this is a problem. Let's do this. And he felt kind of the same way. Although I was really fat. He was just a little chubby. And so that was almost a year ago, and we've worked out every day since. And Eric is looking yoked.
He's
You
jacked.
can throw a photo of him up. Because he was already pretty lean, and so he was just stacking muscle. Up to this point, I've just been losing fat, so it's a lot harder to just put on muscle when you're losing fat, but it's been fun.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It was like being in the gym this morning was awesome.
Exactly.
You built a really cool compound here.
Thank you. Well, and my little thing on that before we move on, it's all you have to do really is just work out for 3 months really consistently, and then it'll just become part of your lifestyle. I couldn't fathom a year ago, how am I ever going to do this religiously, because we just have so much stuff going on, but now it's just truly a habit.
And does it help you? Do you feel tangibly different? Even mentally, or not really noticing?
No, I mean, right now in the short term, I'd probably upload more and get more done if I didn't work out, to be honest. I mean, it's an hour and a half every day, and then the food, and I do 15,000 steps a day. So it's all that is very freaking time consuming. But I think in the long run, yes, it'll pay off.
You feel less stressed because of it?
No, I feel more stressed. I mean, I just have less time to work on the main channel. It eats up at least between the steps and that at least well, the steps I take phone calls while I do it, but at least 2 hours of my day that previous to 310 days ago used to go to the main channel does it, which that's a good chunk of time.
What do you think makes your job stressful? What's the thing that if you could solve one problem?
I mean, it's a lot. It's, the thing is, all our videos are different. So it's if I had to do something like Survivor, or not Survivor, it's just pick almost any show, Hell's Kitchen or anything that still airs. There are formats that are just the same thing over and over again. And you do 10 seasons of that. And after 50 episodes, you just got it down. People have done it so much. It's so easy. But for us, because we're always trying to push and do something unique, it's this is our, every third video, it's our first time ever doing that. So we make all these mistakes and mess up so many different ways. And then it's oh, well, now we know this, but then we usually do something else because we're always trying to be original.
Yeah.
And so a lot of our problems are that because we try to be original, and then I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's never stops. You know how it is. Like we're just going a million miles an hour, and it's like I'm 14 years in this. I've been going since I was 11, so it's like I'm on a treadmill, maxed at 12, and then I just like fucking hacked it to go 24 miles an hour, and I'm running full speed, and I haven't stopped for a decade. So like that too, it's like it's pretty hard to tell when it's like one of those moments where you just push and it's like stop being a pussy, just keep going, or it's like, oh, I'm actually burnt out, like I'm losing my mind. And things like that,
Do you have the same passion for YouTube when you wake up every day? Because last time we were here 2 years ago, it was just like, I just want to make the best video possible, best video possible.
Everyone sends me clips on podcasts. They're like, you said that at least 20 times in this podcast. No, I would say I have more passion, to be honest. Every day I fall more and more in love with YouTube. It's like pretty crazy. Because, in the past, every big creator always seemed to get burnt out at some point. It seemed like this inevitable thing. Eventually, you get burnt out. I've heard this a million times. Like, when I was 19, they'd be like, you're not going to be able to do this forever. Eventually, 5, 10 years from now, you'll be too old and blah, 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 and you'll get burnt out. But here we are. I'm 25, and I love it more than I did when I was 19. So
I mean, we were with you last night until about, 11:30 on a main channel shoot.
Yeah.
Then we came here. And
that's just normal.
Step straight into an edit. Yeah. But it I also felt the energy of it. I was just like in it. It was exciting.
Yeah,
like it was really fun. Because all of it, I don't know, like even the main channel shoot we were on, actually watching it was fun, unedited.
Yeah.
Which was so cool to see that like if the idea is good enough to watch live and enjoy as just a real-time live experience, it's going to be extra fun to watch as an edited experience.
Yeah.
It's like the simplest thing, but I was just thinking about it like last night.
You could have just filmed that whole session.
And it would be fun to watch.
And live streamed it, and it would have popped off.
And it would have been fun to watch.
Yeah.
So that's I think like something that I was like, oh, that's what gives these videos so much energy. They're fun to watch live.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the Hi Me in X years.
Oh, yes. I forgot about those.
When's the next one?
You can't tell us.
Well, you can.
I feel like that's part of the excitement.
Well, but you can look at Hi Me 1 year, Hi Me in 5 years, and then just deduce like 10 years is the next one, and it's going to be 5 years from Hi Me in 5 years.
So, how many of those are there?
Oh, there's a bunch. But the next one is Hi Me in 10 years, and it comes out on October 5th. 2 years from now.
Oh so my God.
One of these October 5th.
So interesting.
Or maybe it's October 4th. Yeah. It's very close.
Are you filming them now?
No. I filmed them all. When I had 8,000 subscribers, I sat down, I just cranked out a bunch of videos, and the schedule, I was like, this goes in 6 months, this goes in a year, this goes in 5 years, this goes in 10 years, this goes here, this goes there. I just cranked them out. So Hi Me in 10 years goes up, which is a video I filmed when I had 8,000 subscribers.
That's crazy.
I think I was like 17. Just like failed a history test and studying for my next one, but I hate studying, so I just like I was acting like I was studying when my mom walked in, but I obviously who cares? And I just whipped out my phone. I was like, all right, this video is gonna go public in 10 years, and I can't spoil what I say, but it's pretty crazy. I tried to guess how many subscribers I would have 2 years from now.
Wow,
it's completely wrong, obviously, but it's pretty crazy. And I was just like, all right, by now, I was like, you're either homeless or you're doing YouTube full time, and I hope it's the latter.
It's so funny that this is like, is this what you envisioned full-time YouTube to look like, or was it something different?
At that time, here's the thing. I have a little bit of like warped perception. To me, in my head, it's like my initial reaction is like, oh, of course. I always thought, I reinvest all the money. I'm going to get this big blah, blah, blah. But then sometimes I put I really, really think hard, and I have to like watch old content to get deja vu. And I'm like, oh no. Back then, like 1 million subscribers would have been everything. I was like, that would have been the pinnacle.
Yeah.
So I'm a bad person to ask because I warp like the future and the past is warped. Like to me, like when I hit 100 million subscribers, like in my head, I had already had 100 million subscribers for like 5 years because I was just like,
that makes sense.
I had envisioned it so much that it was already reality.
Yeah.
So I'm like the worst person to talk about the future or past with.
So I wanted to talk about, you were talking about like, every few videos, you're doing something for the first time.
Yeah.
I have felt though that this year you've found some formats that you're working on that are working really well.
That's what we talked about a couple days ago.
Yeah. Like some of those formats I'm noticing are like the versus format is great.
Yeah.
Right. The hotel.
I love those videos too.
Yeah. The hotel and the yacht one, like those are really fun to watch. And it does seem like from hotels to yachts, you got better at that format.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you watch $1 versus, what was it, $1 million hotel room?
Yeah.
Like that video sucks compared to $1 versus a $1 billion yacht. It's infinitely better. Like the transitions are smoother. Just even like we don't over film. Like with hotels, we're filming like 10 hours in these hotels and we're doing all these things because we don't know what we want to put in. Whereas on yachts, it's like, because we did plane ticket and we did hotels, we did like bought a $1 plane ticket, compared it all the way up to 500K. It's like, I know roughly what we're going to put in, so I can focus my energy on like the cool things. Like, you know, and like in the previous Versus videos, like one thing we learned is like, I would just have someone show me around and they would just like, be like, oh, this is what's in this hotel room. This is what comes here. But typically, me and the boys aren't as like, you know, out there when we're around random people. These people are typically lower energy and it's a little boring and they're just like, okay, next to your bed is a pillow or this thing, a little bit of chocolate. And you're like, okay. It doesn't make the best content. So what we do now, like on yachts, is we don't have someone show us around. I just unleash the boys. Cool. I clear the set. It's not really set, but I just clear the area. And I'm like, boys, go be stupid. I'm like, do what you want. They're like, can I jump off it? I'm like, why haven't you already jumped off the boat? I don't care.
The helicopter was crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So I let them go wild and like discover things. And instead of someone going, you know, press this button and this comes down and it's lame, we press a button and we're like, oh, ooh. You know, and it's cool. It's
those videos are cool because we get to experience something we never experienced through you guys.
And that's a way of how we've learned, like through doing that format a couple times, like this is a better way to film it. And then I have that, you know, person who owns the boat come and show us through it after we're done being idiots. Cool. So then if there's anything I missed, he'll tell us about it and we still have those shots. And like just changing that took it from like, you know, a whatever, like a B to like an A++. Yeah. And it's so interesting because all we did the same filming, we just filmed it differently. And it's like, that's stuff you learn by doing the same content over and over. But it's also hard because like, you also got to be original and mix things up. And if you do the same stuff over and over again, you'll eventually fall off. So that's like the constant tug and pull for most people.
We also need to give some credit to Pete Davidson and Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I don't think we can do this without mentioning their appearance in that video.
They're cool. I noticed a lot of comments that were like, oh, I didn't realize like 6 minutes in, Tom Brady would just spawn. And I didn't even think about that when I uploaded it, that we didn't even allude that, that he was going to come. In hindsight, I should have said like in the first minute, oh, and by the way, Tom Brady will be in later in the video.
But it was more exciting that it was a surprise.
Yeah.
And then those clips also then like get out there, right? Like the Tom Brady clip of you guys.
They got some views, but I don't know. I mean, the retention on that video was better than any of our other videos. Yeah. So I don't know how much that actually helped, to be honest. Because like, the Tom Brady clip started going nuts, like on ESPN and all that stuff, but that was like 2 days after we posted it.
Yeah.
It was very weird,
I think
like
that
seeing
plays
the lag.
into though why people know you now without watching your videos, right? Is because like clips like that are becoming more and more mainstream.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, right.
And that hits a totally different audience.
That's a completely different audience, which is crazy that you can be hitting 100 to 200 million and there's still a whole audience.
And then other people take it and share past that.
I mean, even crazy. For me though, I learned about that video on Instagram. Normally I would see it on YouTube. And click based off the thumbnail. But you posted something on Instagram and it said that Pete Davidson and Tom Brady were going to be in it. And I was like, I kind of have to, I kind of have to see that, you know, and that.
Well, are you going to throw that Instagram post up or are you going to make them close the app?
No, we're going to make them imagine it in their heads.
You're going to make them close the
leave
app.
this pod. Yeah.
And then go open it.
That would be the ideal.
Or you just put it right here and your retention's better.
Yeah. I also think though, like that almost felt like the modern day talk show in a way where like Pete Davidson was showing up on your show. Do you know
agree.
what I mean? Like,
I think having...
It's not exactly like that. Like Dobrik kind of did that a while back where like Justin Bieber would show up in the car or something like that.
The thing is like, it's also, them aside, I'll just talk blanketly. People like that tend to be the people I gravitate towards more to now because they just kind of understand my life a little bit more. So I also just like having other famous people, if that's the word you want to use, around because it's like kind of cool to see how they deal with all these random problems I'm starting to have. So I mean, sure, it's great because it helps the video, whatever, but it's also just literally fun to be around them and see like, how do you deal with all this stuff? What is going on? And also it's like, you know, they're infinitely better on camera too. So I don't have to like Tom Brady or Pete Davidson, you don't have to like, you know, tell them like what to do or anything. Like, like a camera's just rolling and they're just funny and they're just cool and great. So it also like makes it so much more fun for me to film because, you know, I'm not like stressing out or like, ooh, they're kind of whispering. That's not usable. They're just like great. And it's like awesome. And I just exist and we just joke and be funny. And it's like, it makes filming the video 10 times easier.
Yeah.
Did they give you any advice on the boat?
Well, Pete Davidson, maybe not the most family friendly stuff. We were joking the whole time. But no, Tom all around was just great. It was really fun. I don't even remember. I was just having a good time.
So there's that, you know, one verse a million or, a billion format that I've noticed. Then I guess when I zoom out, like you've always done kind of human experiments, right? Like the one
experiments.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? Like social experiments, kind of
whatever,
like 1 versus 100.
Cool stuff.
Right? Or 1-year-old versus 100-year-old. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Ages 1 through 100 compete for.
Bro, that was probably the most complicated title I've ever done. And somehow it did well. I don't even know.
But that concept was really fun.
Yeah.
And you're doing things now where like, I felt connected to the contestant at my age, which is so smart, right? When you do that, you're like, I'm 33. So I was connected to the 33-year-old, right? I was like, okay, that's cool. And I can say on your new video, there's something similar that kind of feels like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of that video, the stakes rose like crazy. And I didn't anticipate that.
Yeah, I have so much to say there. It's like, I used to be a big fan of like simplicity, like keep the challenges as simple as possible. I was like, 200, some of these videos, 300, 400 million people are gonna watch it. Like, it's a lot of people. I gotta like make this stuff as simple as possible. Or like, some of these 400 million people just aren't gonna understand it. They're just not, is what I used to believe. But in that video, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna throw my preconceived notions out the windows. Like these like challenges, if they vote for them, I'm gonna make them a little more complicated. I'm gonna add some more like things that you have to like flick your brain on to like really comprehend. And like, the last challenge, like, when I'm filming it, I'm like, oh, man, I just don't see how like everyone actually understands what's going on. Like the whole like, 2 briefcases, one has 500,000, one doesn't, no one looks in it. And then one person looks and then they decide if they swap. Like that is one of the more complicated things I've done. And so after we filmed it, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. But I like grabbed that, I had them edit that clip and I just went to like 40 people, from all ages. And I was just like, watch this and tell me if you get it. And all 40 of them were like, yeah, that made sense. I understand it. And like, as long as they were actually paying attention, it made perfect sense, And I was like, oh. And then I was like, okay. And then my nerves calmed down and I uploaded the video. And instead of people being like, I'm lost or I don't understand the ending, everyone's like, oh my gosh, the ending was like, oh, that was so cool. It was like
really the best.
It was so thought provoking. I was so grabbed. And so like, it changed my perspective. Like, I actually think I can have more complicated stuff and people still easily follow along, even though I have the skill I have, which I didn't think so before, which is why you should always innovate and adapt.
Well, also, let's think about football, the Super Bowl. Like, football's a really complicated game.
It is.
Right? And,
it is.
And a lot of people watch that game, but it's pretty complex.
Yeah, but they've also had training their whole lives and blah, blah, blah.
And when it comes down to it, it's also like one team is going this way, the other is going that way.
Because like, I still don't even fully understand football. Exactly. I'm just like,
boxing is so interesting because it's so simple.
I think, when I watched that video, you also left space for character building, which is something we talked to you about 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
It was advice from us that, like, not to say that that's
no, of course,
at all
go for it.
part of
no,
it.
We'll take everyone tells you
like, there's an element of, when you make space for character building, potentially people click off.
Yeah.
Because they're like,
exactly. I was worried about that before.
I'm not connected to that person. And in that video, I think you successfully pulled that off, where one of the final contestants, it's his daughter's birthday.
I know.
And she comes in and like, he's emotional.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first times where I was like, whoa.
We had a guy who was in a cube for like 7 days. It was his daughter's birthday. And so we brought his daughter in. It hit hard. Yeah.
Did you almost cut that?
No, bro. When I saw that the first time, I literally cried. I was like, oh my gosh. Like in person, I was kind of crying. But when I saw the first cut of the video, I literally, tears came down my cheeks. I was like, oh, I've never felt this way before watching one of our videos.
Wow.
Like even just thinking about it, like I tear up a little bit.
You're getting teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's good. That was a very emotional moment. And so, that video we tested a lot. We tested a little more complex challenges, but we also tested like, screw it. Like people say they want better stories from us. Let's do it. And again, that's where I threw all my like things I normally worry about out the window there. I was like, simplicity. I was like, screw it. We'll be a little complex, And then on the other end, it's like, I'm very, fast. I was like, let's slow it down. Let's build some characters.
Yeah.
That's what people say they want. And they worked. And everyone's like, those are the 2 reasons we love that video. And so.
Is it like people say they want it in the comments on Twitter, people you trust that are close to you? How does that get?
Almost all around. Like that, those were some of the bigger criticisms I would get. Cause I always, I call you guys all the time. Just like, I'm telling people, roast my videos. Like even Squid Game, some of the biggest complaints was like, I didn't feel connected to the viewers or to the contestants. Yeah. As much as I'd like to. So the thing is, I've never really gotten good at that. So that's something we've been honing a lot recently. And I love it. So but it's also like, part of it too is I've come to realize like not every video is the same, which is obvious, but it's like, there are videos where storytelling's great, like the 1 through 100, where you have a ton of contestants and you build them up and blah, blah. And so then when people win, you're like, oh my gosh, like I care about this person. This is awesome. Like, I love this feeling, and I love when their 3-year-old comes in. But then there's videos like the $1 versus $1 billion boat. Like, it's not about me. It's about it's about my experience on these boats, but ultimately it's like about these boats. Like, that's what they're watching. How cool? What's the difference?
It's our experience of it.
Yeah. But the story is also like, what is the difference between all these boats? And so like that's where it's, I mean, people watch this and be like, heard it, or obviously, but it is like just figuring out what kind of story applies to what kind of content you're making is a lot harder than it sounds. And in hindsight, it's always like obvious, but like you have to make big decisions. And these are multi-million-dollar videos that are filmed over the course of weeks that we set up for months. And it's like all these like million decisions lead to this final video, and to protect the story throughout all of it is like very hard. But that's one of my priorities for this year, to like elevate the videos.
It's like important to surprise your audience sometimes with the impact. Like we were watching last night a cut of the experiments video.
Yeah.
Right?
Rough cut.
Yeah, you guys are working through it.
Yeah.
But like the emotion there is just, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
wow.
like a cycle.
Just keeps hitting you of like, whoa, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Right? And if you did that every single time, it gets boring.
Exactly.
Or you
Yeah,
get
it would get
desensitized to it. Right?
Yeah.
And so by switching it up and being like, no, this time it's character building, and you have to follow characters throughout the entire episode, it makes us work as an audience.
Have you ever seen the show Love, Death, Robots?
No.
Oh, you should watch it. It's on Netflix. It's good. It's kind of, I'd say it's like the closest thing on Netflix to what we do, even though it's not real life. It's like animated and like different, but every episode's like different. Like one episode's like about robots taking over the world and what would happen. And it's just like 20 minutes. And the next episode's like 8 minutes about, pirates back in the day when they have a mutiny and like how they overthrow the captain and like random things like that. But like the theme is every single episode, it's either revolving around love, people dying, or robots. And it's really cool how they tie it together over the course of many seasons. And I think it's kind of what, like with us, like the themes are like, doing good, helping people, hopefully soon, like great storytelling, the boys and I having fun, blah, blah. And so like you have all these core things, but you can apply it to all these different formats, but those core things will be there.
Right.
And so, we just mix it up as much as possible.
That's cool. You tweeted something recently
I
about.
did.
Well, you tweeted a lot of things. Yeah. You tweeted a lot of things.
I was like, which tweet?
Yeah. Well, I'm also a subsper to Twitter, your Twitter Blue. But you tweeted something about
all $10,000 a month.
I pay my dues here. You tweeted something about
I'm gonna
wanting
face
to.
this towards that camera. There you go. So
You wanted to test what you do on a streaming platform, and then you tagged a bunch of streaming platforms, which I loved because I was just imagining the meeting rooms in those streaming platforms being like, "Did you guys see this tweet from MrBeast?"
And the funny part is we're already in talks with a lot of them, so a lot of them were like, "Why'd you do that?" Like we already are talking. I'm like, I just thought it'd be funny, and they're like, "Yeah, but." We were already talking about a show, and like, so it's kind of funny.
Why do you want to do that? Like, why do you want to take what you do and put it on a streaming platform?
Yeah, so, well, the thing is, like, YouTube is great. Obviously, I love YouTube, and YouTube's always gonna be my number one priority. It's just interesting that serialized content isn't the best on YouTube. Like, if I made 10 episodes and 30-minute episodes of something, it just doesn't belong on YouTube. It just doesn't. And I don't even think YouTube themselves would argue that. You know what I mean?
It's meant to be viewed as individual pieces.
Yeah, as of right now.
Yeah, as of right now.
And I also just, like, there's a lot of people that use Netflix that don't watch YouTube. And so it'd be cool just to, like, make content for them. And also just, like, test our limits. Like, because I do think... Well, I don't know how to say I don't have an ego, and I don't care. Like, this doesn't matter to me, but I do think a lot of people are like, oh, well, he's just good at gaming the YouTube algorithm, even though we have hundreds of people that work on our videos, multi-million-dollar productions that no one else in the world could do for what the money we spend. Like, it would take Hollywood $20 million, I can do for $2, you know what I mean? And we're consistently churning out some of, the best content you can find, you know what I mean, better than anyone else. So, but a lot of people are like, oh, it just games the YouTube algorithm. So I'd love to, like, jump to a new format, just quickly crank out, 10 episodes. I think I have a great idea, like the largest game show in history with the most contestants in history with the largest game show prize in history. And I know we could crush it, just using our studio space and everything. And I think it would just go wild on Netflix. And then, I don't know, for me, it'd just be a fun challenge to show like, no, we're not just gaming YouTube. Like, I can also make a hit Netflix show that, tens of millions of people want to watch. And then just come back to YouTube and keep doing my thing. It'd just be like a little side quest. That's fun.
Because it's not like YouTube would stop. The crazy thing too is if you took time to go do that, it's not like your videos aren't getting viewed on YouTube.
Well, I would still
right?
do YouTube.
And you would still make YouTube.
Yeah, I would just figure out a
Yeah.
way to do it where it doesn't hurt YouTube. But yeah.
That
So-
would be super interesting. So you're in talks.
Yeah, we already know what we're going to do.
already know what
It's
you're
just
gonna do.
figuring
Okay.
out like,
Who's going to do it?
yeah, I mean, because like if it's 10 episodes, I mean, like on YouTube, some videos I'm spending up to $4 million. So
Yeah.
like if I'm doing a 10 episode show, and I mean, in bare bones, if I wanted to stay the same as my YouTube channel, I mean, that'd be $40 million. But if I want to elevate it even more, which you should on a streaming platform, I mean, it gets pretty crazy. So it's just a lot of money. And so just figuring out like, do I want to do it myself and then like go to them and just be like, hey, here it is. You don't get to tell me what to cut or anything. I just swear to God, it'll crush.
Yeah.
Or do I partner with one of them on the front end so they can help alleviate the costs and,
Yeah.
and they get it? I don't know. I've never done it before. So kind of figuring it out.
Are there some things you know you would do differently on a streamer because it's not on YouTube?
Well, yeah, I mean, the everything would breathe a whole lot more.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
would pick things that, well, like also like you don't have to like hook people as much. Like I don't have to, you know, so after I get people through episode 1, you know, they're invested in the characters we would have in these game shows, and they, you know, so I don't have to like be screaming at the start of all of them and convince them to watch. They're watching, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it'd be so awesome. Like, I mean, picture like Squid Game, but like 10x. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I would do, you know, with the set. But also, obviously, actual Squid Game, not ours, was scripted. You know, this
Yeah.
would be unscripted. And so, like, but picture those same crazy sets and experiences, but unscripted, where it's actual, real, raw
Right.
emotion with, you know, I don't know if it's 1,000 or 10,000 people that dwindle it down to one competing for the largest cash prize in history. It'd be awesome, you know, especially now that we're getting better at storytelling and how to build characters and stuff. I'd love to take all that knowledge we've learned and just apply it to a longer format.
Yeah.
It'd be so much fun.
It's so interesting you bring that up about like the different environments and what the viewer expectation is and what the creator does in those environments.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it in the terms of permission and interruption. So like if I buy a ticket to a movie and I go sit in a movie theater,
Oh, yeah.
you know how weird it would be if I left after 70% of the movie?
Yeah.
You know, or like 30% of the movie.
You're a lot more willing to like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
grind through some like dull moments.
Exactly. And so that's like permission. Like the audience has given you permission to tell you this 2-hour story or
Yeah.
an hour and a half story. But on YouTube or TikTok, it's like kind of interruption. It's like this thumbnail is meant to interrupt your feed and make you so curious that you click through, and then
Yeah.
you know you need to
And
keep
then in the first 30 seconds, you
Yeah.
got to explain
You
why
gotta
it's
keep it
important.
going.
And it's like, you basically,
Yeah.
you got, it's like, you're a salesman, you're a salesman, you're a salesman. If you
Yeah.
do it right around the 1 minute mark, now you're
Now
not a
it-
salesman.
right.
You got them convinced. They bought with their eyeballs. Now it's just like, here's what you came for.
Yeah,
Enjoy
it's
it.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Man. That's such a
Whereas
different
like
environment.
movies are
Yeah.
so opposite, man.
Yeah.
Like it's so brutal when you sit through like 5 minutes of like shit just popping up on the screen before a movie. And I'm like,
Yeah,
why?
like title-
Why is this necessary?
title sequences
Bro,
and
can you
kinda
think?
like
Do you remember
exposition.
any name in any movie
No.
you've ever watched that
No.
popped up?
No.
Like, why is
No.
that so necessary? Can we just
Yeah.
move on? Like,
Yeah, just send us a text.
can you just
know?
put it at the end? Like literally, just put it at the end. Like at the end of every movie, just have fireworks pop
Right,
up,
right,
make it
right.
cool. Have the main characters just be like walking back and forth.
Yeah.
Then put the names at
Yeah.
the top.
Or
And-
do like the outtakes or like extra scenes
or at least
whatever.
put their
Yeah.
face up there. Like if you put
Yeah.
their name with like a little face, then
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, and maybe
cool,
I'd
that
start
person.
to like recognize
It's
some
so
of these
interesting.
faces.
Like credits haven't been changed in movies.
I know,
And,
it's
Yeah,
wild.
it's so strange. So what do you think? We talk about this. We talk about the landscape of YouTube a lot.
Yeah.
And like in 2023, what do you feel like the landscape of YouTube is?
Yeah.
And what do you feel like it's missing?
The hard part is, I go through cycles watching a lot of YouTube. I'm so knee deep in grind mode right now. I'm not even.
You're not watching
I'm,
YouTube.
I'm watching
Yeah.
so little content on any platform. Like,
Yeah.
I uninstalled TikTok and everything because distraction. So, like, I literally just wake up and I work out.
Yeah.
And then I work on my videos, and then I work on Feastables, and then I go to bed. And like, I try to hang out with my girlfriend a couple hours here and there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm probably the worst person. You tell me, like,
Yeah.
what's going on in the platform? I feel bad. I'm so out of the loop because I'm like so knee deep in like what I'm doing that I'm not
Yeah.
even keeping up with everyone else. I feel kind of shitty.
I think a lot of the consensus lately has been that it's stale in a way. And even speaking with you last night, I think you
Last
voiced-
time I used YouTube a lot. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
who are
like-
the new people? Who are the
Who are
things
the new
doing creative
people?
stuff?
Yeah. And, you know, something I want to talk to you about is the term beastification.
Yeah.
Because
We
we
got
had,
emerged on our show. From
I think
Ryan.
so. Yeah. Maybe from Ryan
From Ryan
Trahan.
Trahan.
Because we had people come
Yeah.
on the show and talk about the beastification of YouTube.
Yeah.
Which meant that people on YouTube are following in your footsteps and trying to copy you.
Yeah.
And so the thumbnails look the same. A lot of the concepts
Brutal.
look the same.
I know.
And so when you open up YouTube for a period of time, it just felt like, wow, why does every thumbnail look the same with just a different person's face?
Yeah.
Why do some of these concepts look the same? The subtitles feel the
Yeah.
same.
I wish people would like there's like inspiration and then there's just stealing. And so many people just steal what I do. Like so many people literally just put their face on my face.
Right.
Or just take my thumbnail. Or literally verbatim say what I say at the start of my videos or like all my things. And so like, it's pretty interesting because I think the podcast we've done, like every time I've done these podcasts, we did them almost every year for like 3-4 years. I just come on here and I say everything I know. Like I don't hold back. I will literally come on here and tell you guys every little thing I know about getting views on YouTube. And I know thousands, tens of thousands of creators have watched those and literally, that's the reason why they're making $10,000+ a month because they're just like, oh, Jimmy just literally laid it out. I just followed it. So there's that positive, but then there's also the negative because so many creators have watched it and instead of like taking inspiration from me, they're just like, oh, I'm just going to do exactly what he's doing. And like, it's pretty brutal. I don't call people out that copy me because, not everything I do is original. You always get inspiration from somewhere. So I try not to be hypocritical because it would be very easy for someone in my spot to just start going off on creators. Because there's so many that just to a T just steal everything, my thunder and all that. Like I'll spend 6 months working on a project and millions of dollars and all this time and effort and brain power. And then after I upload 2 weeks later, someone will just do the exact same video, say the exact same words with the exact same thumbnail. And it's like, they didn't have to do any of that, But yeah, I don't know. I almost wish it was one of those things where people would self-police it more and just be like, no, like, it's okay to draw inspiration from me, but just don't do what I do to a T. Because but I'm never gonna like call out and trash on people that do because I'm not 100% original. Like it's not like $1 versus blank. I'm the first person to do it. But I just, saw that format and I was just like, how can I do that 100 times better?
Right.
How can I put 100 times more creativity into it? How can I level up the editing by 100 times? How can I spend 100, blah, blah, blah. And that's always my mindset. How can I like, if I get inspired by something, how can I do that but 100 times better and make it my own? Whereas a lot of people are just like, oh, MrBeast did that. I'm just going to do it.
We got some, so we talked to the author of the book Steal Like an Artist about this topic.
So many people have recommended me that book. I haven't read it yet.
It's a great book. It's about like what you're saying, like everyone steals from someone, right? Yeah. Everyone's inspired from someone.
Exactly.
But his advice was to go back further. Like if they want to copy you, try and figure out who you were inspired by. Try and figure out like all the way back, what's like the lineage of this inspiration, which I think is interesting. And then he also talks about the difference between plagiarism and transformation.
Yes.
Like, how do you look at what you're talking about is transformation? Yep. You said, I saw a concept and I said, how can I make this 100 times better? How can I go like
Which is perfectly fine.
That's totally fine. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think that's where people need to understand is that if you see something on YouTube that you're into, transform it. Exactly. Take it and change it, right?
Yeah.
Don't just, because if you do the same thing, you said this on a podcast recently, but you said like the next MrBeast is not going to make videos like you.
No.
And I believe that. I think that's not going to happen.
No, you're never,
it's just not
no one's ever going to do what I do better than me. Like, it's just not, it's not even humanly possible. Like, I reinvest every penny I make.
Yeah.
I work every hour I'm awake. I devote every atom in my brain to solving this. I hire the best people on the planet. I've been doing this for 14 years. And I think in decades, not years. So I'm going to be doing this for another 20, 30 years, not 2 or 3. So no, the next me isn't going to be me because no one's going to do what I do better than me. It's not possible. If I thought someone was doing better than me, I'd just start sleeping less so I could work even more. Like I'd figure it out. I don't give a fuck.
The barrier to entry to be you is extremely high.
Yeah.
Right? Especially where you're at.
Well, it's just because I'm all in. I'm crazy. Like people shouldn't be me. I don't have a life. I don't have work-life balance. My personality, my soul, my being is making the best videos possible, entertaining my fans as best as I can. Like that is what exists on this planet. And I don't recommend it. You know what I mean? Like you should have work-life balance. You should not devote your entire life to this one thing. Like go have fun. Like, I'm miserable a lot of times. I have a mental breakdown every other week because I push myself so hard. Like I don't recommend it,
How do you come back from that?
I don't know. I take a couple hours off and then
and that's it.
And then I watch some anime and then I'm good to go.
Yeah, but I also feel like hanging out with you over the past couple of years, like this year particularly, you do feel like lighter. Not like your weight. But like,
Thank you.
But like you do feel lighter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like even when we were hanging out this morning and working out, like something feels like, do you feel like you're coming into a different state of being?
Oh, 100%.
Because I feel like you are. Like I feel like you're, maybe you're just more comfortable with the level of pressure. Does it feel like that?
Yeah, I definitely, my level of care has definitely gone down quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't have any fear of falling off or I don't have much fears at all. It's like, I'm just so laser focused on like here's what I got to do. I've got clarity beyond, I have clarity on clarity on clarity of what I want to do. It is like, I want to wake up and I want to figure out how I make the best videos possible. That is it. And it's like so clear. I don't have to like wonder like, oh, should I be doing this or should I be doing that? Or like, and you know, it's like, as long as that's all I obsess over every day, no one's ever going to do what I do better than me. And people are going to continue watching it. Like if I'm spending 100 times more than everyone else, I'm being 100 times more creative. I'm putting 100 times more effort in, and I'm hiring the best people in the world, and I'm doing blank and I'm doing blank. Then like people are going to show up. And so I don't have a fear of falling off. I don't have a fear of anything. I just wake up and I obsess over this one thing with my entire soul. And it's great. And like, like I said, like right now I'm in a rut where I don't even watch YouTube. Like I have no idea what everyone else is doing. I don't care. I'm just doing my thing, and I'm trying to go as hard as I can and make it as good as possible.
Do you crave competition on the platform?
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
You wish
that'd
there was someone to compete
Bro,
with.
you would unlock such a different level. If someone started, you know, doing videos like at my level or better, and people are like, ooh, MrBeast, you know, this guy's better than MrBeast, I would go so just bananas working. It would be crazy.
I've also competed with you in things. Like basketball and Catan.
Are we going to bring up basketball again?
No,
I wish we could have played tonight. That would have been fun.
But I'm just saying, like, you are a competitive guy. And I feel
100%.
like
I'm one of the most competitive people on the planet.
I feel like you crave a competitor right now.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be so much
fun. And maybe
fun.
that's what going to a streamer.
It'd be terrifying. Like the kind of videos I'd be cranking out would, like, I'm already pushed to the max, but I'm serious. I would just be like, okay, why do I need to sleep 9 hours a night? Can I just start sleeping 6? Right? There's 3 extra. Boom, 90 hours a fucking
month. It's an
month.
invitation to compete.
Bro, I don't care.
I think though, like,
I'm crazy.
The fact that you're including more storytelling in some of your videos, I think is representative of competition a little bit. That there are some channels that, sure, they're not doing the numbers that you do.
Yeah.
But there are channels that have like impact and even just the overall sentiment, right? Of like, we want more characters, we want more storytelling.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think if you look at YouTube, the platform, there's the chance that over time, what is deemed the best could change.
Oh, of course.
Style of content.
Yeah, and the thing is,
content.
like, even though my videos were the best, like, it's not like they were the best because there wasn't storytelling. It's just the best because of the effort and blah, blah. But there's always, that's what I'm saying, there's always a way to improve them. And for me, one of the things I lacked was storytelling, especially the further back you go in my videos. Like, I didn't go to college to learn this stuff. I didn't, you know, I don't have mentors or trainers teaching me any of this. I'm like learning as I go. And I'm like, you know, like we talked about before, I'm running 24 miles an hour on a treadmill. And sometimes it's even like hard to look up and breathe and be like, how do I learn storytelling? What does that even mean? What is this Dan Harmon thing? And you know, this three act structure. What does that mean? 3 acts, like, you know. And so it's like slowing down the treadmill enough where I can like focus and study and learn all that stuff, and then bring it in and then figuring out how to apply it. Like, you know, because I have tried storytelling before and created 10 out of 10 videos that just bombed. And it's like, interesting. Okay, what did I do wrong there? And so it's just like something we've been slowly working on. And now we've really finally started, it's clicked. Like I understand, because it's not like, I can't just go grab someone from traditional and go teach me storytelling. Because they'll just be like, do this 3 act structure. And I'm like, okay. And I read books and I study and I'm like, that just doesn't work. And they're like, nope, it does work. And I'm like, no, it just doesn't. You just don't get YouTube. Like you can't just break a video into 3 acts. Like that's just not, I mean, sure, maybe you could, but it's just not like, that's not optimal, and things are so dynamic and changing. And like, but I was like, but I'll just take what I think would work and I'll just like throw it in this pot. And I think like, oh, I like this kind of thing. And oh, I learned that from that book, and I'll stir it. Oh, that's a 10 out of 10. Okay, maybe we do that. Okay, that's like a 5 out of 10. We didn't bomb. And then, you know, and then eventually you get like 1 through 100 and stuff like that.
What's your relationship right now with short form content?
I mean, it's a no-brainer. You should be doing it. Yeah.
But you're also making a lot of short form content, and some of the short form content you're making is what used to be long form YouTube videos.
I know.
Right?
It's pretty crazy.
It's really crazy. The fighter jet one was crazy.
Yeah.
When you had
back in the day, so what's interesting is like, back in the day, I would do entire videos around like, you know, can 10,000 fans push a car? Like that would be a whole video. Now for me, if I did 10,000 fans push a car, that'd be a 1-minute segment in an experiment video. If that, maybe it would be a short. So it's like my videos now, some of them are literally just 10 of my old videos put together. Like that's how crazy it's gotten.
And like they're expensive too. Like you asked if someone would go to Paris to buy you a baguette. Which was a very fun short.
My shorts lose so much money.
But someone actually flew to Paris. Like he flew someone to Paris.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did it, and they come back. And it's a really fun short. But I was thinking, I was like, 5 years ago, that's a long form YouTube video.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy that has gone condensed. And I would argue that does work in a 3 act structure, right? Like
on short form?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
short form you can do more stereotypical stuff because you're not trying to like hold people for.
The question's kind of the hook, and then like there's exposition of like here's the concept in Act 1. Then he goes to Paris as Act 2.
I think
and
also
he comes
just-
back. That's Act 3.
Or
Due
even,
to
like,
the
we're gonna
fact
see
that-
who's going to pass out first in a jet.
Since you have to
Here they go.
condense a story to sub-minute, you kind of it has to be broken down very simple. So like almost any structure you could be like, oh, it applies to that because it's like basically sub 1 minute stories are just like bare bone storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have time to be dynamic.
But I like the POV stuff you're doing on short form is really interesting, where it's like your hand and your voice, right?
Yeah.
Because it becomes very much about the situation, like the two people who went on a date.
Exactly.
International
Part of the
date
thing
was
with
really
short form
interesting.
too is it's like because it's vertical, it's very hard to fit a lot of things in the frame is one of the things I'm learning. And it's like the thumbnail, there is thumbnails in short form, not when you're on the homepage, but when you're swiping. And the thumbnail is the first frame. It is.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's very hard to fit tons of people. And so sometimes it is easier to remove me from the frame so you can be more focused on one person and get like a better reaction. It's just same reason
cool.
why some
That's
thumbnails,
really cool.
it's not me and people, it's just me. It's easier to focus on one person. And so like I try to think of the first frame as the thumbnail.
So I heard you guys talking about autoplay on YouTube,
Yes.
and I've never considered it. I've always thought about the thumbnail, but now on YouTube, videos automatically play.
Yeah, here, let me show you the autoplay for one of my coming up videos.
Okay.
This is how seriously we take it. Look at this shot. Like, so I have this fully rendered out. This is just the intro for our next video. Oh yeah, you probably saw it, yes.
Yeah, we saw this.
This is the autoplay. See,
Oh
that's
my
the
God.
autoplay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So,
Like,
so all you have on your phone is the autoplay.
Yeah,
is
because
the first,
that's what's gonna play.
it's the first 5 seconds.
Exactly. Like,
And
so-
you make sure the first 5 seconds looks like the thumbnail.
Of course. So before you film a video, what is the thumbnail? What is the video? And then what's the first 5 seconds? And then what's the first 30 seconds? You know, by the first 5 seconds is like goes with the thumbnail.
Because it's possible that people open YouTube and
They don't see it.
They don't
Especially
even see the
for
thumbnail.
us, because like for so many people have watched hundreds of our videos, when I upload, I am first on your homepage. So like you just literally don't even see the thumbnail because it autoplays so quickly. So like the thumbnail is irrelevant. I have to like visually convince you to click on the video.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah, that's why we go so hardcore.
Dude, that's so crazy. So do you consider also captions in those first 5 seconds? Because
Of
people
course,
aren't
all
watching
of
with
it. Yeah,
audio.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything, yes, 100%.
Wow. So those first 5 seconds, that hook is now even more important than it ever used to be.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, before it was important because you had to convince people to watch.
Yeah.
Now you have to convince people to click and watch at the same time.
Whoa.
With the first 5 seconds.
That's driving CTR now too. Yeah.
It is,
Interesting.
100%.
Wow.
I roast the hell out of people who like have boring first 5 seconds. It's brutal.
What role does short form play? Is it audience growth, brand growth?
On YouTube or across
Just
everything?
across the board. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
you just said like it loses money.
Yeah,
right?
well, short
You're-
form is like an interesting thing because like never before in history have you been able to make a piece of content that goes viral on Facebook, goes viral on Instagram. I mean, Reddit has where you swipe through, can go viral on Reddit, can go viral on Twitter. When you tap on a video, Twitter you can swipe through, go viral on TikTok, and go viral on YouTube. Like if you make the right kind of short form content, you can literally grow across every platform. Like Cabby
also go
Lane
viral
doesn't
on
make
LinkedIn.
Instagram specific content. And what does he have, like 80 million followers?
I think you're neck and neck with him right now.
Yeah, well, but whatever. But on Instagram, he's like
Yeah,
80 million
yeah.
followers, right? But the guy doesn't even use Instagram. He just reposts his clips of
Right.
it, right? Same thing with a lot of other people popping on short form. So like short form is very interesting because it's like, you don't have to be like a god at YouTube. You don't have to be a god at TikTok and then a god at Snapchat and then a god at this platform and that platform. You can actually, it's very weird. It's like this has never happened in social media. It just never has. You can master this one craft, and by mastering that one craft, you can grow across all platforms, which it's just like, even for me, like I would say I'm one of the best in the world at YouTube, but I'm not one of the best in the world at Instagram. I'm just not, you know? But if you master short form really high level enough, you can be one of the best at both because being the best at short form means you can have popping reels and popping shorts on YouTube. So to me, it's pretty fascinating because you like if you play your cards right, you can grow on every single platform, which is wild.
That's an encouragement to everyone watching to clip this.
Yeah. Spread
Sure.
these clips.
Spread these
Yeah.
clips.
Do it. Do you care if they re-upload it on
No,
TikTok?
no, I don't
Guys,
care.
easy way to make money.
Yeah.
I get the clip in. They gave you permission.
there
I want to
is-
see TikToks. I want to see shorts. I want to see reels every single moment. Subtitles. Make the subtitles better. Bro, do that thing where they throw their cringe violin with subtitles. You know what? Screw it. Figure out a different instrument. You're up here. You're different. I want to see it.
Dude, honestly though, it's so interesting. I've been thinking about the concept of clipping like that.
Someone's gonna work wonders.
Someone's gonna work wonders on that.
You know what? Make that viral.
Yeah.
This right here is on TikTok, and you're watching it, and it went viral because it's ironic.
I was curious about how you think about your own visibility like that, like people clipping you.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother layer when we were talking in the beginning of the show about fame and like how visible you are. It's not just your videos. It's like
it's so many,
millions of clips.
1 to 100. There's someone clipped took a 2-minute segment of the video and put it on TikTok, and it had 40 million views on TikTok. And these guys are just like, so many of the comments are like, "Where do I find this? What is this?" And people are just like, "It's MrBeast," and then they'll respond like 2 hours later, and they're like, "Wow, I just watched 10 of his videos. Where has this been?"
Dude,
and I see stuff like that all the time. So short form's like great. That's where when I hear creators are like striking other people that do re-upload their videos or whatever, I'm like, "You're crazy. This is a funnel to your content."
That's like undervaluing, brand. It's undervaluing.
Exactly.
Like if I was like, "Hey, I'll give you some free billboards," you know, and put them everywhere.
Exactly.
And you're like, no, take them down.
Exactly. So I love it. Clip my videos. React to my videos on your Twitch stream, your whatever stream.
Yeah.
Clip my videos. Put it on TikTok. I don't care. Just make sure you get views.
I think that's why we have a lot of new creators right now, because in a very short amount of time, you can make a ton of content and you can grow a big audience.
Exactly. And I don't think not a single person is actually using it correctly. Like no one, there is no like MrBeast of long form. There's no MrBeast of short form yet. I think that someone who's actually like figuring out and crushing it. Yeah. And so I'm like excited to see like, who are those people? Who do they shape up to be? Like we had Charlie and Addison Ray at one point, and like they're doing fine, but I wouldn't say like when you think of TikTok, you don't really think of them anymore.
No, the TikTok's very much a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Right? To do something else. Either YouTube or like go into the movies or do music, or it feels like
YouTube
it's like
back in the day.
Yeah.
But someone needs to come along. You know what's funny? We're the 5th most followed account on TikTok. And at the rate we're going, we're actually gonna be number 1 on TikTok as well, which is kind of funny.
Which is crazy, yeah.
That is actually wild.
But you're also doing specific concepts for short form.
Well, for TikTok as well. Yeah. Anytime there's huge trends,
Yeah.
you know, I just kind of look at the trends. I'm like, oh, that one's big. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
I remember Corn Kid at
he was
Burger
cool.
opening. Yeah, he was
He
cool.
was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to hang around.
That was fun.
So it's just, I don't know. Like that, you're right. Like so many people on TikTok are using it as a launch pad. It's like, oh, I can't make that much money or blah, blah. Which same thing was back in the day on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know,
it was pre-television.
No one 10 years ago when I was grinding and putting in the hours, would ever have thought you could do the kind of revenue and money I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But you have to have a little bit of that faith. It's like someone needs to just go, no, YouTube will or TikTok will keep growing.
Yeah.
I love this platform. I'm just going to go all in. And when the money's here, the money's here. Or I don't even care about money. You know, just screw it. I just want to be the best. And I just feel like I haven't seen many of those people, you know, that are making mass appealing content with that mindset.
One of the most substantial changes to the business from 2 years ago to now is Feastables.
Yes.
And like, you know, even walking around this campus, I was thinking about it, and there's Feastables everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I hope.
I was like, is this a chocolate company?
With a YouTube channel?
Do you know what I mean? Like, is this, are we at
Or is this a YouTube
You
channel?
finally figured it out.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is a chocolate company with mega distribution, right?
Yeah.
Because like, and we were talking about this before too, but like as the business grows, like Feastables is going to dramatically change your relationship to advertising.
Yeah.
Like the advertising business, the brand deal business, ad revenue, all that. Like Feastables is the business, right?
Well,
is that how you see it? Or
the thing is, like, there's only, I've never talked about this before. So this is gonna be a weird, like, couple sentences, but there's only so much money brands are willing to spend on a video. Like, our videos, I mean, our views are crazy. So our videos get 200 million views sometimes now. You know, not sometimes. A lot of them go on to get 200. Sometimes they get 300 million views. And so it's like, you know, for me to get paid a fair price on that video for a lot of like people that advertise on YouTube, it's like literally half their entire yearly spend on YouTube, like brand deals, would have to go to me for one video for me to get paid fairly. So a lot of times it's like, you know, we talk to these like marketers and they're just like, you know, I only get X amount of money a quarter to sponsor YouTubers with. And I'm like, well, for one video, it costs more than that. And they're like, well, then what do we do? And I'm like, I don't know, but like, I'm not going to just you know, give you a discount because your boss won't give you more money. Like, you know, this is 200 million views. It's double the Super Bowl. It is what it is. And so it's like harder and harder to find brand deals for us that keep up with the pace. Like the amount of money people are willing to pay has stalled, even though the views are skyrocketing. Like a year ago, I was getting 50 million views a video or whatever, 70. And so, Yeah, it's makes more and more sense for me to just build companies that I own because, I know, if I promote something that it converts and like, it actually leads to real sales. And so ideally one day I don't have to do brand deals anymore. I don't like having to promote other companies, but I also like making the best videos possible. Right. And my videos don't make money. Yeah. Even when I do a brand deal on a video, I still lose money. I lose like over $1 million a video and I have to supplement it through like gaming or reacts or through other means. Yeah. And it's like, I don't make money. I'm constantly stressed about money nonstop. And it's like, people are always like, well, just don't spend $4 million on a video. And I'm like, why would I not do that? Yeah. And they're like, well, because it's stressful. And like, maybe if you spent 2.5, you'd be fine. I'm like, yeah, but then I don't get to do what I want to do.
It's also a big difference from last time. You showed us your books last time.
Yeah, we were probably spending $1 million a video back then.
I think it was like 500.
Yeah, it was like 500.
Yeah.
I think you showed us one and you were like, that's 800.
Yeah.
This time you didn't take us to the accounting office.
I lose more than that on average per video I upload. So my total spend last time. But it is what it is. So yeah, I just got to figure out a way, like the answer to me isn't make worse videos or like stifle my creativity. I want to do whatever the hell I have to do to make the best video possible. Yeah. And money just is a huge factor. It just is, like, to like build sets, like these walls, like even lumber, it's expensive, and then you got to construct it. And like, this is like a shell of what it will be. This video is going to be freaking awesome. Yeah. But like for this video alone, 1.5 million of it's going to be just building this stuff and like decking it and putting stuff in it or whatever. And like, well, if I give $1 million cash prize, well, that's $1 million on top of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, it just adds up. And it's like, well, I don't want to give away less money. I don't want to have less. I don't want to have worse sets. I just need to figure out how to make more money so I can fund all this stuff. And so that's kind of what got me started on doing this. And I'm just very passionate about food in general. I love just, even if, I don't know if you came in my room earlier, but we were just trying different formulas for the chocolate. And then to me, this is kind of like a YouTube thumbnail. Like you put it on a shelf in a store. So like, it actually, like a lot of what I learned on YouTube about clickbait or whatever came over. And it's like, I get that same excitement designing the packaging that I do when I get to make a YouTube thumbnail. And it's very fun to like create an actual product and then like have people try it and experience it. And I could go on and on. Also, just chocolate, like for the last 100 years, we started with this. We're going to do other stuff, like one day soda and, try to just take categories and make healthier products than what's out there. But chocolate for the last 100 years, especially in America, has been owned by 4 companies. And like no one has been able to get in there. It's like Hershey's, Mars, Lindt, and Ferraro, and it's pretty crazy. Like, but even most of it is just Hershey's and Mars. They do like 75% of chocolate revenue in America, and so it's kind of like monopolistic almost. Like you can't, if you have a successful chocolate company, they'll just buy you or just like bully you so you don't get shelf space. And so these guys like just own all the chocolate space and they don't innovate. Like a Hershey's bar to me just tastes like, it tastes very processed, and I don't really like it. At all, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, and so it's so fascinating to me, like, why are there not new, innovative, cool, like, snack products coming out more often? It's because these guys just have all the shelf space and they have no need to innovate. You're just going to buy what's there and no one's really threatening them. So to me, it's fun to like put pressure on them and try to get as much shelf space as possible and, try to figure out what they're doing, but better. It's like the only thing in my life outside of YouTube that I've like gotten hooked on and like gotten that same high I get working on YouTube. I get that when I make these products, like CPG products. And so I enjoy it a lot. It's a lot of fun.
I think like Feastables to me is your YouTube channel when it had 8,000 subscribers.
Exactly. Right now, I'm still figuring it out, but that's exactly it. I love it so much. It's so addicting. And I never, ever thought I would find something even remotely close to YouTube that I like love and I can like throw my life at and like genuinely enjoy. But I freaking love it. I love staring at chocolate data. I know everything.
It's all over the wall. Like
you want to know how much? 20 billion.
It's like the new
4% a year. What else you want to know?
That's what I've realized.
Walmart does $4.5 billion a year in fucking chocolate.
It's like your new YouTube studio.
Wait. Say that again. Walmart does $4 billion a year in chocolate
sales. Yeah.
Wow.
Not just chocolate bars like this, but
just
across
chocolate.
Anything with chocolate in it. Yeah. Walmart's the highest grocery retailer.
How much of Walmart's chocolate business is Feastables?
Well, ask me that in a year. Okay. The thing is, like, there's resets, and so our chocolate per SKU, if you put Feastables there, sells like crazy compared to every other chocolate company. But the thing is, like, they only like once a year reset and like evaluate. Oh, you're selling X amount of volume. We should give you more space. Our company is very new, so we are way overdue for infinitely more shelf space. We're just waiting for the next reset.
It might not even be 100% about that. There's probably like some politics involved in that too, of like.
I don't want to get into that.
No, but I'm saying the Hershey's Walmart relationship is probably legacy. It's old, right?
Yeah. There's been
You're
some
the new
stuff.
kid on the block.
Yeah, I know. And there are some interesting stories there for another day. Right now.
Or today.
Like any business, like it's going to take time to build trust.
Yeah.
Right? Like your YouTube channel at 8,000 subscribers in YouTube's eyes is like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
No,
Let's
I
see
mean,
what happens.
Walmart and everyone's great. The retailers
Yeah.
working with them's awesome. And like a lot of them watch the videos. So it's like pretty easy. Like it's not like the stereotypical where you would think I walk in there and I have to pitch these people why they should sell these products. Anytime I talk to a retailer, they're just like, okay, how much do you want us to put on the shelves? It's not. So it's more right now. More the problem is making enough bars and keeping up with demand. It's not really convincing retailers to put it there because it's pretty obvious. I can show infinite amounts of data of how Feastables isn't just taking revenue from Hershey's. So like people are just walking to the chocolate aisle and instead of buying Hershey's, buying Feastables. Like people who never would have bought chocolate in Walmart are walking to the chocolate aisle specifically to buy Feastables.
You're creating a new market.
Exactly. I'm bringing new customers to the aisle, which is such a net positive and one of the biggest KPIs these buyers would want. That it's just like dumb not to have me there. It's like literally incompetence not to put our bar there because I'm bringing new people to the aisle. You know what I mean? And they realize that. So it's like it's not even like a thing. You know what I mean? It's just like literally, can I keep up with the demand?
It's similar to when you started on YouTube. You had like a group of up and coming creators that you talk to all the time, right? Do you have that in CPG
I'm working
products?
on it. I'm trying.
Like founders, or
I have like
chocolate
two.
people?
I can't name them, but I'm trying, bro. I'm
trying to
calling
build that,
so
like a
every chocolate
mastermind.
company on the world. I'm calling them. I'm reading like books. Like I just read Chocolate Wars. I read Milton Hershey's biography.
Yeah.
I've reading all these books, and I'm like calling people who like wrote the books, and I'm like, yo, what did you learn or this or that? I'm going like my like tree of knowledge is like disseminating.
Yeah.
Like, you read this book and then you talk to this author who recommends this person. It's like, it's cool to like see that. And so I'm starting to get resources of people because I don't, for the most part, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, and I'm learning as fast as possible and trying to become one of the most knowledgeable people on the planet when it comes to like making food products and eventually beverages. So right now I'm just in that stage of like, I'm trying to absorb knowledge as much as possible. And I'll just call people. I'll be like, I don't know what I'm going to learn off you. I'll do everything I can to add value to you. And in exchange, just teach me everything you know. Like people who have run a snack business for 10 years. I'm like, just teach me everything, and then I'll teach you everything I can. Like, let's just exchange knowledge and like try to make it a win-win. And I'm doing that like 5 hours a day.
The thing I love about the way Feastables works with your brand is that when it is in the videos, which is now almost every video, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a brand deal.
Of course.
You know, but there's still set up moments, like in the boat video, in the yacht video, there's like a moment, a Feastables moment, right? Where it enters into a segment.
It's because I'm excited about it. Like when we're, in that video, when we were going around having people try it, like I'm genuinely, like I've worked so hard to make these products that I'm like, yo, what do you think? And I love asking random people. And
there's like jokes and bits, and like between you and Pete Davidson, it was funny. Yeah. Like that was a really funny moment.
I agree.
So like those experiences, I think that is the gold standard now of like, if you can build your own product and organically talk about it, not only just even have to think about talking about it, it's just part of you. Like I think MrBeast, I think Feastables.
And it just, in the long run, it's just better. Like, if people aren't going to pay you what you're worth for a brand deal, just do it yourself. I mean, it just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's like, hopefully one day I can spend $10 million a video,
Because, you're a chocolate
I just don't think, not in the near future, people are going to be willing to pay that kind of money. Even if I'm pulling 1 billion views a video, I don't think anyone's going to pay me $10 million a video. So I just got to go make it myself. You know what I mean?
Would you ever entertain not spending millions of dollars on a video?
I mean, I have before.
But like to go back to years ago, like filling a backyard with
I did the video. I didn't eat food for 30 days. I mean, I did that video for dirt cheap. People.
I've said this before. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah, people loved it. I can't,
and that was unexpected.
Yeah, exactly. I can get 100 million views on a video for less than 10 grand if I wanted to. It's like it's possible, but it's like what's the point? Like I'm just trying to make the best videos possible. I'm not trying to like. I don't have an ego. I'm not trying to like prove to people I don't need to spend money. I don't care. Spending money isn't a bad thing. Like I hear people ask me that. I'm like, why does it matter? Like in what world? So you would rather me keep my, not you, but this imaginary hypothetical person. It's like, so you'd rather me keep my money. You'd rather me go buy a mansion and a Lamborghini like everyone else, as opposed to investing it in content, creating jobs for people and trying to do everything I can to make videos my viewers want to see and can't find anywhere else. You'd rather me just go buy a mansion. That's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like it's not a negative that I spend money on videos. You know what I mean?
I actually ask it more from a place of curiosity. Of what would you
I mean, look at our gaming channel. I mean, our gaming channel, we get 60, 70, 80 million views on videos with like no money spent all the time. So it's like, it's definitely possible,
Yeah. I'm going to shift gears a little bit to talk about as you're building this company, this like media company or chocolate company. I don't know how you think about it, but how do you think about the difference between human intelligence and artificial intelligence?
Oh boy.
In like the future of creativity and work and
yeah, that's gonna be interesting. You know, I don't, obviously it's not there yet. We all know it's not there, but yeah, with ChatGPT and everything, it's definitely getting exponentially better at an alarming rate. And there will probably be a day where you can, upload every MrBeast video and just go, all right, here's every video I've ever done, everything I ever said, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do $1 versus $1 billion helicopter.
Yeah.
Tell me what I should do. Tell me what would be funny. Tell me the best helicopter. And it would probably be able to spit off like, here's every helicopter on the planet. Here's what I think you should do and blah, blah. And it'd probably be pretty close to what I would end up doing. So I do think that will be a thing one day. But it's also interesting because I don't think it will destroy things. I think it will just free up people to do, more of what they love and like focus on creating, and they'll have that for inspiration. And like, there'll probably be a period where everyone just plagiarizes and uses that and like,
it's going to get more homogenous at one point.
And then it'll normalize. And then the people who break through are going to be the ones that use that as inspiration and level up on it. And, it just kind of is what it is. But right now, kind of neglecting it. Sometime in the next year, I'm going to go down the AI rabbit hole and be like, screw it. I'm going to start putting 5 hours a day into this and like figure out how I could use it to like level up what I'm doing. But I don't know.
I think one of the most interesting things that's coming that we've spoken about before is multi-language audio.
100%.
Right? Like you releasing the yacht video in as many languages as you did.
Yeah.
Contributed
to it getting so many views, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And there will be a moment when that is available to people because of AI very quickly and very cheaply, I think. Right. And
that I still think is a little ways away. But
if we go, let's just go there.
Okay, yeah, like if you want to say 5 years from now. But because it's like, you have a plethora of content on YouTube, and I'm not going to watch videos in English that are just AI dubbed. Like I'd rather just literally watch a normal English video. And so it's like, the thing is, in a vacuum maybe, but to like get your video in Hindi promoted, right, with Hindi dubs, you can't just, have the dubs. It has to, like, if this is the standard of content over there, it has to be above the standard to get promoted and go viral. You know what I mean? And so like, you're like kind of with AI dubbing, especially right now, obviously, you're just like, competing on crutches, like in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? It's not a level playing field. And so for it to get to the point where it's so indistinguishable, where it is a level playing field, I think that's still years away, but maybe I'm biased.
I think you need to have video tracks that are different too, maybe. Like
video tracks is another thing
subtitles that are different and like
it's brutal.
There's something that I love upstairs, by the way, which is the photos of your
voice actors.
Yeah, the voice actors.
Hey, are you going to overlay that footage?
No, we're not going to overlay any footage. That's our rule.
Maybe don't overlay it. Actually, you guys don't get to know who they are.
Yeah. I think, but that's really cool that you have all the different voice actors who play you guys. Like their pictures are up here in the office. Yeah. I love that.
There's 13
I just think that's so cool.
all around the world. Actually, when I went to Japan, I met, all our voice actors over there. It was so awesome to see them. Cause like, I've said this a million times, it's not like a broken record, but I have the same person who voices Naruto does me. Yeah. And then we also had all the other voice actors for the boys. Yeah. It's so interesting talking to them because they're like, they study our personalities and they know us so well because they've, basically role played as us for hundreds of videos, hundreds of hours collectively. And so it's pretty interesting because they like, sometimes they're like, when I talk, like I accidentally start talking like you because I've mimicked you so much that it's like kind of become a little bit like us. Like that's one of them said to one of the boys.
That's
and
crazy.
It's like, it's so interesting. And they know everything about us. They know our mannerisms. They're like, hey, Lamborghini is hard to translate. Like maybe use a different word. And we're like, oh, really?
Whoa.
And they're like, oh, you use this adjective a lot. And I've noticed you do this and you have this quirk. Because they have to study how we speak so they can mimic it properly so the dubs come across real.
Are you considering that in your content of like, how do we make this more global?
No, I just do. No. I'm just me. Okay. I don't care. But it is interesting when I meet them and they're like, why do you say this word a lot? And like one of the ones a lot, it's like Lamborghini. Apparently that's hard to translate. And they're all like, any other car. They're like, Ferrari. And I'm like, how is Ferrari easier to say than Lamborghini? And they're like, they try to explain it. Like, I don't understand,
but on the topic of like,
because when we're talking to them, we're talking with Google Voice. Like, I'm typing in, why is Ferrari better than Lamborghini? And then I hit play and it says that. And they grab their phone and they're like,
that'll be interesting when that's happening live. Where there's like live translations happening between people.
Exactly. Like I should be able to talk into it and your AirPods auto translate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty close.
No.
But on the English dub thing, did you watch Squid Game in Korean with English subtitles? Or did you watch
well, because
it
of anime, I'm kind of conditioned to use subtitles, so
Got it.
I watch the subtitles.
Yeah, because I would say that, like, when I think about Squid Game, I think a lot about, is the next big YouTuber from somewhere else?
Yes.
Right? Is the next big YouTuber from India, and with multi-language audio, they get kind of imported into America the same way that Squid Game got imported into America.
Agreed.
Right? I think that's a real possibility. That maybe YouTube has been so US based for so long.
Well, just US and Europe.
US and Europe.
Based,
yeah, English based. That maybe we need a completely different culture to watch.
I'm excited.
Right?
Like, I want to see it.
Yeah, that feels like, if there was like a Casey Neistat in India, like showing
It'd
us
be
his
so
daily life,
cool
I'd be
to
like,
see.
wait, that's super cool. And I could understand
Imagine like a Ryan Trahan from India, where it's like, you know, or I won't even name a country, but just, you know, these other countries that have lower RPMs, you know, so they couldn't ever do these bigger budget stuff or build sets. You know, Ryan isn't spending that much money on videos. So like finding a Ryan in one of these other countries, you know, that just is getting by on personality for the most part, would be very fascinating. And then to see that personality in this other culture and environment, I do think would do pretty well.
I think that's probably the next thing we're going to experience.
I would love to see it. The only problem is, you know, even, you know, now that almost everyone's getting this beta program where you can have access to audio tracks, but even then, like, they're not going to be able to do the dubs. Like, it's just a big thing. Yeah. And it costs money. So it's probably going to be at least another year until that's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting once it is.
Speaking of Ryan Trahan, is there any inspiration you've taken from him? When we had him on the channel for the first time, we titled it around MrBeast. Yeah. Being like that he's kind of the next MrBeast, but we were saying it in like a low budget way, that he has not budget.
That was years ago.
Not budget
the everyman
in a bad way.
Yeah,
but like
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. How much have you watched his videos, and have you taken any inspiration from what he's doing?
I can't do what Ryan does. Like, he's too, I mean, he's like Emma, you know, like they're just different, you know. Ryan has fun and Ryan's happy. Ryan's the YouTuber you want to be, man. Ryan's like,
I agree.
The YouTuber you want to be.
Dude, I said that yesterday in the car. I was like, if there's one YouTuber I'm jealous of, it's Ryan Trahan.
Exactly. Yeah. Ryan's got a great life. Yeah. Man's making money. Man's having a good time. He's got a wife and he's happy. Like, you want to be him. Like, no, I mean, like, bro, you don't just spawn stuff like this and manage companies this big and scale up tens and hundreds of millions of chocolate bars and all these things, and, you know, and just have carefree, just make not stupid, but make like, you know, funny jokes and blah, blah. Like, me and him live in different worlds. And so like, no, it's like, I'm just like, I don't know. I got so much going on. It's so hard for me to turn my brain off. Like, I struggle, but it's something I try to do. Is like when I'm filming, tend to like, it's so like, even 1 through 100, I'm like thinking like, oh, these sets could be better. Like that cube could be better. We should wipe that so they could see through it. We should have this wide shot and then it could come here. And I'm thinking of all this. And so it definitely, I try to like flick my brain off and just be like, be funny, be funny. Cause that's what people want. They just want me to be funny and be in the moment. And like, that's like a constant battle for me. Whereas I don't think he has that much of a struggle, because it's just the things aren't as complex. So it's just a little bit of a different world, because also if I'm not worried about those things, then they don't happen, you know?
If you don't fully enjoy it all the time, or it is stressful, are you always actively working to make it more enjoyable?
The problem is, like, I always push the videos to be better. And so in a world where I'm like, all right, this is like the level where it's good, then it would be fine. Because like the second I solve a problem and we catch up and like boom, boom, it's like, okay, well now I want to start doing CG like Squid Games. And it's like, all right, we solved that. And now it's not as stressful. And it's like, okay, well now I want bigger sets. You know, like this is one of the bigger videos we've done. It's like, now I want Squid Games every video.
What makes you happy
my
is
team's like,
innovation.
bro, we can't spend $4 million every video. We can't do sets like this. This is impossible. This is a one-off. And I'm like, but no, now I know it's possible. Yeah. So like, I want to do it every video. And so it's like, then, you know, you solve that and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And it's like, so that's the reason why I'm always stressed. But it's like, it's not like anyone's forcing me to do it. Yeah. It's just like, it just feels like it runs in my blood. Like if I'm not pushing and innovating, then I just get depressed and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, well, what's the point
innovation
of life?
is what makes you happy.
Exactly. It makes life so exciting.
Innovation is extremely difficult.
Exactly. And it's miserable. And then you push and then you're like, this is hard. And then you're like, well, why am I even doing this? And then you're like, I'm going to go watch anime. And then you come back and you're like, all right, let's do it. Wow.
So we tweeted out this graphic that you replied to. It was like a pyramid where we showed like a typical company has a CEO on the top. Yep. And if you remove that CEO, the company's still intact. Exactly. And you can swap out employees. Yeah,
that was a while ago.
That was a while ago. And we turned it on its head and said, this is a creator company. Everything lies on this one individual. And you pull that person and everything falls. And you replied to that talking about the pressures of running a creator-led business. And that you need to be, you have to be a certain type of person to do this.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about what you've learned about that, like a creator-led business and being the creator in a creator-led business?
Yeah. Well, one thing is, like, especially because I started out the podcast talking about stuff, I just want to be clear. Obviously, I signed up for this, and like no one's forcing me to do it. I love my fans. I love you guys. So like, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, just miserable. Even though I am miserable a lot, but it's self-inflicted misery. But yeah, the thing is, it's like, you know, I mean, across everything I'm doing with this and the production company, whatever, just the people who make my videos with me. I mean, I have hundreds of people that work for me, and they have families, and like so many people depend on me. Like if I, you know, don't film videos, like I can't pay people. So like I have all that, and like I was describing before, it's like, you know, I leave these walls, and it's like, you know, just crazy. Like not as crazy. Like obviously there are people way more famous than me, like Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Hers is probably infinitely worse, but it's still like, you know, I can't be in large crowds. I just can't. I can't go watch a movie with my girlfriend.
We were in a very large crowd with you in November. At the mall for
exactly.
the
So I can't be in crowds. I can't, you know, I watch a movie unless I rent out the entire, buy every ticket in the movie, or people are just gonna like film me the whole time. It's like I always have to be on guard. Like I'm known for carrying around money. Like people have broken into my house before, and so it's like I gotta have security at my house, and I gotta do all this. So it's like all that. It's like no matter where I go, you're always on, and you know also I can't just like if I mess up, someone's always filming me when I'm in public. I don't know what mess up means, but you just, you're always on. You can never let your guard down. There's always things going on. And then, you know, and you always have to be filming because all these people depend on you. And, you know, and then the expectation is like, if I just do one thing just slightly worse than the video, then there's 500 Twitter threads of like, why MrBeast is getting lazy and MrBeast is going to fall off because like on this one boat, you know, he wasn't feeling the best. Like they don't know, but I'm like, oh, if I'm not feeling the best, and I just like, don't film as much for one little thing, and I just, you know, whatever. And so then the bit isn't as perfect as it could be. Everyone reversely analyzes it, and it's like, MrBeast's a fucking moron. Like, he didn't do this, this, and this. Like, he go, what is wrong with, and it's like, no, I don't know, I had like the flu or something. And sorry, that piece of content isn't as good. I don't know what you want from me. You know, then it's all this pressure, and then, you know, you still have to make short form content. I still have to do this, and, so yeah, it just kind of like all stacks up, and you're running at full speed nonstop. And you know, every time you take even like an hour off, you feel bad because you're like, damn, that's an hour I could have been working, you know, and I'm the bottleneck for almost everything. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Yeah. You're the bottleneck for everything. And we feel that too in our company, right? Like if we're not at our office or like reviewing edits or something, everything always ends with us, right?
Exactly.
That's the hard thing about
it's brutal. It's 100% brutal. And so that's where you have to be a specific type of person. Like that is why a lot of people get burnt out, and it just is what it is. It's the nature of the business. I don't think it's a fault of anyone. It's just like some people have the personalities. Like I want the pressure. You know, I'm complaining a lot on this podcast. I want it. I love it. I love having the pressure on my back. Put it on my back. Put more on there. It excites me. Like it doesn't scare me. I'm like, I want more. Like I get competitive and it fires me up. But for other people, it feels like a never-ending race that's daunting, and you can never stop. And it's like, what's the point of life if you're just always going to be like running at 1,000,000 miles an hour? And you know, I want to do this thing, but I can't do it because if I let up, then this falls apart. And so it's like, it can be a scary trap. It's like, it's either like something you live for and it's like in your DNA, or for a lot of other people, it ends up being your nightmare if you're not careful. That's why I don't recommend a lot of creators scale as big as I have, because it's like, it's a lot of pressure. Like you really should probably keep your team a little more leaner. You probably shouldn't do big projects like I do. You should keep it a little more reasonable. You should get it where, you know, you have a year's pay in the bank. So if, you know, you have a couple duds, you don't have to worry about paying, you know, are you going to be able to pay your employees? Like you shouldn't reinvest every penny so aggressively like I am. And like, there are things you can do to make it where it's not as brutal on your mental health. And all of it is the exact opposite of what I do. And that's why I'm like,
but it's what you want.
That's why you shouldn't. Like a lot of people, unless you really do truly believe that you're like me and you like the pressure, shouldn't try to do what I do, because it's going to end up being your nightmare. I see it happen all the time for a lot of people.
I think there's a big scale, right? Like if you're on YouTube and you're making good videos, you can also kind of be like an artist, like an actor, right? Where you don't really want to hire employees, but you're just really good at making videos. Yeah,
but then those are the same people who have to edit their videos, they have to set up the cameras, and those are the first to get burnt out because they're doing everything. And they're doing 7 jobs and they only enjoy 2 of them, and the 5 jobs they hate are the things that burn them out, and they don't know why they're burnt out. And it's because, well, you know, 70% of what you do, you just freaking hate, you know.
That's fair. That's true too.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a moment like 2 years ago when we interviewed you, or even over the past year, it feels like you were, even though you had such large scale, you were still like ours, like you were part of the creator community.
Yeah.
And it feels like now you've gone well
It
beyond
shouldn't,
that.
because I'm still in the
I
creator
know you're still
community.
in the
This is
creator
my
community.
life.
Yeah, but it feels like you've like transcended in this way.
Yeah, I
over
got
the
you, like
past-
brand wise. Yeah.
Yeah, like brand wise. And Colin always says this, that like when you're in a community, people always describe you as underrated, or like kind of like you're just like ours. It's like, yeah, MrBeast is the top of our game. But once you
people
go
watch a video, right?
Yeah.
Like for us, this is what happened before we had 1 million subscribers. I felt like people would watch and be like, wow, more people should know about you. More
Yeah.
people should be subscribing to you. This is so good. They give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
As the number goes up and you cross the threshold, it's like the chance that someone's like, this is not that good.
Yeah.
You should be way better with this many followers,
Yeah.
this many subscribers.
Or you're overrated, or like just have not great things to say about you. Like that,
Yeah.
I think it feels like when you transcend a bit, then all of a sudden you're rated. You're no longer underrated. People are on both sides of the aisle. Do you feel that?
Well, I think this is where I'm different from most people that come before me, and like, I just don't care. Like I've said
Yeah.
this before, my goal is to make the best videos possible. I'm going to spend 100 times more. I'm going to be 100 times more creative. I'm going to work 100 times harder. I'm going to hire the best. I've said this 3 times already. You probably want to kill me. And as long as I do those things, and I believe in my heart I'm making the best videos possible, and I'm doing everything in my power to entertain my fans as much as possible, then I don't care. Say what you want. I mean, like, I don't, like, I know that I'm doing the best I can, and that's all I can really expect. So like, once I kind of got out of that loop where like the comments, you know, kind of just, this was years ago, kind of told me what's good or not. And I just got to like, no, I'm just going to do what I think is good. And I'm going to pour my entire soul and everything I have, from money to my brain power to my physical body, and hire the best people as well to like leverage and expand that. And then like, what is there for me to be worried about?
Do you feel like
know?
people judge your moves now?
Oh, they
Like
judge
people
every little thing I do. Everything.
They judge
everything I
you do.
say
Yeah.
is reverse analyzed with Twitter threads. Everything I
Every
do on
thumbnail
camera.
switch you make,
Everything.
is
Whether-
hyper analyzed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Of like, why did he do that?
Everything. Yeah. But
what
I mean,
does that mean?
it is what it is. Like I said, I wake up every day, I work out, I focus on feastivals, and I make the best videos possible. And I'm going to do those 3 things.
Yeah.
And I say this repeatedly because I think this is like, everyone needs to find their own mindset.
Yeah.
Because like, if your mind is just like the whim of what Twitter wants it to be, then it's always going to be bouncing around, and you're not going to be focused. And like, I got my 3 things, and that's it. And like, as long as I'm doing them, I'm doing what I need to do. And I know I'm going to achieve what I want to achieve. You know what I mean?
What have some of your big videos in the past year taught you about making videos? Like the last podcast we did, 70% retention was kind of crazy, right? It was
holy crap.
No, but
really?
it was something that we talked about a lot, right?
Wow.
Was 70% retention. And I feel like people took that away from that podcast of like, that's what I'm striving for.
We went home and edited the shit out of our video. The first one that came out after visiting you was like 7 minutes or something, hyper edited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there something new? Like, because we talked a lot about like the hooks, we talked a lot about 70% retention, like, you know, with like Squid Game and yachts and like all this new content that you've made. Is there something new that you've learned that you feel like is?
Yeah. I mean, the hard part is like, and it's crazy because I'm very, very analytical, and I love data. And but no, it's like, bro, you're going to kill me. People who watch the last podcast are going to kill me, but it's like, just make the best video possible. Like, just do it. Like,
it's the first time you said it, though. That's good. Yeah,
I literally don't even look at retention charts or percentages. Like, I don't know what it is on like that, you know, yacht video. I don't know what it is. I don't care. Like, I'm just like, how do I make this video as good as possible?
Yeah.
And then I just obsess over that. And that's just what works for me. Like, I don't need data to like confirm it anymore.
What do you think makes a video good? Just generally, like you can watch it and you just know it when you see it?
It's
like,
the
that's
best fucking piece of content we possibly can make. I mean,
From watching you give notes last night,
yeah,
I think it's a mix of, am I entertained? Like, can I not look away?
Yeah, that's the core thing. Yeah.
And then second, does this make sense? If we go to a new location, does it make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the video.
If there's a new challenge,
Yeah.
a new something, a new this, a new that, whatever. Like at every step of the way, does it make sense? Can people follow it?
Yeah, I mean, those are just the core foundations, and then you build on top of it. Like we said before, it just depends. You know, like 1 through 100, it's like, is the storytelling out of this world? Or is the set out of this world? Are me and the boys being funny? Are the challenges freaking awesome? Are they executed properly? Is the pacing good? You know, the duration of it, all that. You know, these are all things you can just like, the little levers you can pull to like make it exponentially better. You know?
Yeah. So if we like telescope out, let's say 5 years, and Feastable sells for a couple $1 billion, or something happens?
Yeah,
let's say
ideally more, but
ideally more. Okay. Tens of billions of dollars.
Bigger.
Yeah, let's think bigger. Okay. But what does your life look like? Is it similar to this?
Well, that's where, I mean, I'd be doing some crazy videos. You guys buy Feastables, so I can afford my videos right now. I don't make money, but then, yeah, if we ever had a crazy exit like that, I mean, bro, the kind of videos I'd be making would be just as stupid. I'm always going to be making videos.
You're always going to be making
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That's part of the fun of following you for a long time, is that you won't stop making videos.
Oh, I never
at
will
every
stop,
level of success.
I'm the last person on the planet you'd ever want to compete with because I'm stupid.
And there's also-
I'm like, heard this thing? All right, have 30 years of my life. I don't care. Like, it's not logical.
But
in
there
any
is
way.
also, like, when I look at you, like a parallel storyline where I wonder, will he ever stop making videos?
Hell
Because
no.
he's 25 now.
I know.
10 years from now, I'm like, I'm 34.
10 years from now, I'll be getting started. Easy. Why would I stop?
But that's the tension in it, is I'm like, okay.
Well, what's a better use
and
of
I'm
my
like,
time than
let's see
getting
it. But
hundreds
it's
of
fun,
millions
like,
of people to watch every piece of content I make?
I get to be here and be like, all right, let's see.
I'm more excited now than I was when you first met me. When was that? 4 years ago? Whatever it was.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years
Whatever
ago
our
now,
first
yeah.
podcast was,
Yeah.
I'm at least 10 times more excited than when
Yeah.
we did that. So it's not going down. It's going up. It's pretty
Do you
crazy.
have aspirations of getting married?
Yeah, of course, one day. Yeah. I mean, right now, this is my main focus, but I love my girlfriend. That's my answer.
Yeah.
And no, but that's not like me pushing the question off.
Sure.
Like,
No,
of course.
No,
No,
like I could.
I'm just curious about like some of that, right? Like of that trajectory over the next 10 years or, 20 years. Like,
Well, luckily, my partner Tia, she is like, you hear it, like, your partner can either divide what you do. What's the other word?
multiply?
Well, multiply or divide, but it's a different word than divide. I forgot the same. But anyways, they can either like make you a worse person or a better person. Tia definitely amplifies me and pushes me to work harder. And like, you can't go a million miles an hour forever. You do have to at some point slow down and like recharge. And I do feel like she does a fantastic job of helping me recharge very quickly. And she pushes me and inspires me to do better. And so, no, if you would have asked me that 4 years ago, I would have said no, like never.
Interesting.
But my partner, I do think actually does make me more successful. So as time goes on, I'm more like, yeah, actually that would make
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah. It's so funny because I feel like, we're almost 10 years older than you.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Yeah, when we did the DEXA scan,
yeah.
you said 1989.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I know. Right when I said that out loud, I was
Coach
like,
B said to me too, he goes, what?
he goes, the 80s?
I paused and I was like, 89. And I was like, wait a minute. He's 9 years older than me.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
the math and I was like, did he say 98 or 89?
Yeah, I'm almost 10 years older than you, man.
Oh my
like
gosh.
it's so interesting. So I feel like my life was dramatically different from yours at 25.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Holy
there's
crap, you're 34.
Yeah, no, I'm 33, all right?
Oh, okay.
I'm 34.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
34. Man.
Wow.
He's the old guy.
Wow.
But
What's it like?
Yeah.
Are you guys about to die?
What's it like, man? You saw us working
Do you
out.
have a will?
We're getting
What happens?
You know
Who
what? I
gets the
don't have a
channel?
will.
Yeah,
I
I
should
don't.
probably.
I don't
So
know.
like,
Yeah, I should
when
probably make a
you
will.
die
Yeah.
in a couple years, is it like, does it just go to Colin or? I mean, you're getting close.
Or I'll just find another Samir. I should just write another Samir.
You know what? You
into
should
the-
actually,
yeah, just
guys, if your
literally-
name is Samir.
Yeah, put it in the comments that you want the
No,
channel.
I think
I'll
it should
pick
just
one
become
Samir.
Colin,
Yeah.
or it should become Samir if you die.
Yeah.
We'll have to find replacements either way.
Yeah. But it is interesting being like mid 30s,
being a
YouTube
grandpa.
creators. Yeah, married grandpa, mid 30s YouTube creators.
Oh my God, and you're married. Wow.
Yeah, I am married too.
Crazy.
I had to take off my ring to do the
DEXA.
DEXA
That's
scan.
right, you did.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
I
had to
haven't taken
scan
this off in 2
myself
years.
and
Yeah.
find out how much body fat percentage I had here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were we talking about that? Oh, I was just saying, like when
Hugo.
Yeah. Well, you said today at the gym, you're like, I don't know that much about you. Well, now you know. You know.
I'm learning so much.
You're learning
Thank you.
now. Yeah. But I remember when I was 25, that was like a really different year in my life. Like that was the year I felt like a lot changed for me.
Interesting.
Where like I became more open to things, and I was like, oh, interesting. Maybe my life will end up like that, or I will like, and I feel like just from observing you, not even from detailed conversations, even though we've just covered some of it now, like I feel like I'm watching you experience some of that.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
I agree. I think part of mine might be different than yours, though.
Of course. You're living a very different life.
No, well,
than I
more
am,
so
too.
like from 18 to like, we'll say 24, 23.
Yeah.
I just was like, I was just so all in on this. Like, like my growth was in like making better content and me being, leading a company and that stuff. But my growth outside of that was non-existent. And so I do feel like because of working out and just doing just slight things here and there outside of it, it's like transformed my life so much because it's like, oh, I have like slight skills that aren't just purely making great YouTube videos.
Interesting.
And like when you have those things, it changes you so much more because I'm not like just purely 100%. Like it'd be a problem if you talked to me 4 years ago about anything other than YouTube analytics. Like
no,
it was
I
all.
remember we used to talk. Yeah.
This was like a YouTube like algorithm and content creation, like just GPU computer. Like that's what my brain was. It was a neural net for like making good videos. That was all it knew how to do. That's all it's ever done. That's all it's ever been trained. I was like literally training my brain to like hate things, to like things that didn't make better videos, like to actually be disgusted at and like avoid it like the plague. Like don't date women, will waste time. Don't do drink alcohol. Even though I've only drank alcohol like 3 times in my life. Don't do this or like anything. I was like like my brain would just like naturally like run away from things that like I didn't think would be good for making better videos. And so it's like so fascinating because I've let some of those things in my life and now I don't feel like a Mark Zuckerberg like algorithm, you know what I mean? And so it's like it's pretty funny how it changes your personality.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Now that you've kind of evolved past that stage, do you ever think, how did I end up like that? Like what made me so competitive? What made me so obsessed?
I was just so worried that like I'd let those things in because I have a very addictive personality. Like I got addicted to this, and so it's like, oh, what if I get addicted to any of these things, these distractions? Like I would like. You know, I wouldn't let a computer in my house because I might play video games and like that. You know, what if I get addicted to the video game? Well, opportunity cost. What if I play 2 hours a day? That's 60 hours a month. What am I doing? You know, that's a video. You know, like bro, it was like a fucking straight algorithm up here. I was like, I called it nightmare mode. I would like push myself to be in nightmare mode for 100 days straight, where I wouldn't play video games. I wouldn't do anything fun. Like I would just work for 100 days straight, and then I'd be like, okay, now you get 1 day to like have fun, and then I'd try to go for another 100 days of nightmare mode. I was absolutely stupid. I don't know what I was doing. But I do think now that being a little more well-rounded makes you, well, just so happens, if this was a business where I wasn't being a creator or like being an entertainer, I probably would stay in algorithm like crazy mode a lot longer. But it did kind of hit me that being a little more well-rounded equals a better personality, which will make me funnier in videos, which people like. People surprisingly like a little bit of comedy here and there. So I was like, that when it hit me, that I was like, oh, maybe I stopped being a little bit of like a lizard so much and like let up and like, you know, maybe just occasionally let a South Park episode in or like occasionally like, you know, just ingest something that isn't optimal for performance. And so I can like speak in other things than CTR and AVD.
Wow.
It's like, maybe that'll make better videos. So that's kind of how it developed.
So we have South Park to thank.
No, I can't watch it, but I don't think it's bad. But I just that to me is just so far off the chains. Like my girlfriend always tries to get me to watch it, but I'm like, I just can't focus. I end up just like checking out and going into numbers land in my head. Yeah. But other things like Succession, I'm liking that.
Succession's great.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
I'm on episode like 3 right now. I just
started. I feel like that's going to take you a while to watch.
Yeah, Succession's good. What was the other one? What's the? Oh, well,
which one?
Bro, now we're about to go down a rabbit hole.
Did you see Severance?
Severance? How'd you know that's what I was going to say?
I mean, you could feel it.
That's the one.
Bro, that is
so good. You obviously finished it, right?
No, that is stupid that me touching my eyebrows indicated Severance.
Yeah, I knew it.
What?
I was like, he's on the inside.
I was about to say like the show with the white walls, but I was like, they're not going to know what I'm talking about.
No, Severance
was insane.
Well, Severance was great all the way up to the ending. I feel like that was just like all that.
You didn't like the ending?
No, like all that build up and all that like investment. And then the ending to me was just kind of.
But it's not over yet. Don't you want to watch season 2?
Well, give me season 2. Like,
That's true. It's going to be like another year.
Just like,
it's going to be another year.
Stop like waiting 4 years to make a season of shows. Can we just like get on this YouTube timeline, man? Bro, I get 2 weeks. You don't get 4 years. Come on.
I think that's like a lesson in brand though. Like it's that good that they could take that much time off.
It's not that good.
No, I think it is.
It's good, but it's not optimal. I'm not going to watch Severance season 2 because by the time it comes out, I'm going to freaking forget everything that happened in season 1. I'm not even going to remember.
I can't wait until it comes out. I'm going to text you.
Okay. I'm just not going to remember. Like that happens with so many shows. It's like, it's not optimal. We can all agree it's not optimal. Like, or anime. Like half the anime I watch, it's like, all right, season 1, awesome. 2 years later, season 2, and I'm like, well, I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? And these are shows like I really, really enjoy. It's like, we need to get the rest of the world on this YouTube timeline. Like, crank these things out quicker.
When do you think that happens? Where all of this kind of reaches singularity of like the entertainment business
where they come down to our timelines,
or we go up and we are the ones who produce. Like, when does it happen where there's not?
I think the answer is
YouTube.
like you have to believe more in a project, and instead of just filming one season, posting the season, which is what a lot of people do, waiting to see the performance of the season, waiting to see what everyone thinks, then greenlighting a second season. You have to just believe in your work before you do it. Like that's how you double down on a piece of content quicker, is before you even post the first piece of content, you start working on the next. Like actually start working on it, actually start spending money. That's how you dramatically shrink the timelines. But I guess for them, they're probably like, well, these are big budget things that are
I think you have a different relationship with money, right? Like what probably stops really good art is the commercialization of it. Like the monetization of it.
Yeah, and
like,
I just think in that aspect, it's like the day you finish filming season 1, like take a little bit of time off and then go right into season 2. Don't wait till you post it, which sometimes can take 6 months to a year.
But they're looking at performance probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's why it's like,
the difference is scripted content.
They don't know what will do well. They don't always, like sometimes they do, but for the most part they don't. And so they have to wait till 6 months to a year for it to get up. And then they have to wait to see what people think. And some shows don't pop off right away. Sometimes it takes 6 months. And then you have to greenlight a show.
Yeah.
And then it takes like all this time to get the gang back together. Yeah. And then it takes a year of production. Whereas if you were just like, fuck it, I believe in myself, you do season 1, you instantly start working on season 2. By the time the fans are like, oh, we want it, you already got season 2, and you can drop that 2-3 months later, right?
Yeah, but the cost of failure for them is too high.
Right? Well, it's, again, that's where you need data. You need to be knowledgeable.
Right.
Like for me, I just spent 10 years of my life, hyper obsessing over what makes the best video possible and like what people on YouTube want to watch. So like I can spend every dollar in my bank account on a video because I don't care. I know people will watch it. You know what I mean? You just need someone like that over there who's like, I don't care if we spend all the money the studio has. Like I know people will watch it and we're just going to do 3 seasons.
We're going to make 6 seasons of Severance and put it out all at once.
They should have, bro. That's a freaking banger. Anyone with the brain watching that knows that's a banger. And minus the end of season 1, it was great. It was awesome. I was like so curious. I loved it. It was like porn for my brain.
It was like a bunch of
thought porn.
Yeah, it was a bunch of unclosed loops. Like it kept going like, ooh, what is that?
Exactly.
What? Oh, what's that?
It's almost like
that?
Like a Sudoku puzzle
totally.
in show form.
Yeah, where it just opens and
once you hit episode 6, you can't not make it to the end.
Yeah.
They just...
Bro, I would love to see someone watch Severance with like those things on the brain where you see activity and then have them watch SpongeBob. And it's like, SpongeBob, your brain activity is probably like, and then but with Severance, it's probably like beaming and all red like the whole time. And,
That's funny.
I wonder if we'll put B-roll over that part. SpongeBob and Severance.
What's your relationship to like a, do you feel like any of your videos are not well performing, or do they all perform at such a level?
This is the worst time to ask me. Almost every video the last 2 years has been 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. Our views have gone up so much, it's crazy.
But is that data? Is that team?
I mean, our videos are just so much better than they used to be. Watch a video from 3 years ago.
But
it's
what
abysmal.
makes them better? Just the ideas? Like the concepts?
I mean, look at that yacht video. The transitions were better. I already told you, like a large part
intro to the yacht video I thought was one of the best.
I mean, it's literally everything. It's like, I used to be like, robot man and like just like scream and just say things. Like I'm a lot more natural now, and like sometimes it won't. It's like, all right, boys, let's go have fun on the yacht. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, boys, just do whatever you want on the yacht. And that's what we put in the video. And it's like, that was a huge breakthrough. It's like people want to just see a more natural me, and like. I don't have to like scream constantly to hold people's retention. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds obvious in hindsight, but so it's like that little thing. I mean, like every video we improve a bunch of stuff. So it's these 5 things a video we're improving over the last 2 years that they just keep stacking on top of each other. And we keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And like, we do more. Like yachts when on the $25 million boat with the thing went through it and then I spawned. Like that's a more high quality shot than we normally would have done. And it's awesome. I thought it was really cool. And like, sometimes when we film now, we have like 7 drones whizzing through the air. We're doing like cool stuff with drone shots and like, whereas 2 years ago we were using 1. But so we can do like cool things where like we can have a further away drone punch into a closer one. So it looks like, it flew in, and then we can have like just all these cool things we're doing on like the camera side and like my personality and on that side and like on scaling up the sets and stuff. Like you said, like our average spend has gone from $1 million to millions of dollars a video. And like, so everything is constantly getting better. And like the more we leveled up, we always get rewarded proportionally with views. It just is what it is. Like the algorithm does a great job of rewarding great content, which is subjective. it is what it is. No one can define great content to a T. But in my opinion right now, if you make great content, which essentially is, what viewers want to watch, but obviously then that goes into a million nuances you can never like verbalize.
Sure.
But if you make what people want to watch, you make great content, the algorithm rewards it very well right now. And so as we make our content better and better, we just get rewarded with more views. And so we just keep pushing and we're just, no matter what, there's always a way to be better. There is always a way to be better. And so we're just never going to stop making them better.
You've been tweeting out your analytics quite a bit on your subscription
behind
tab.
the subscription tab,
which I've really enjoyed. It's really interesting to see. But
it's like my own little people, because I can't tweet it on my main page because then I look egotistical and but I crave that hey, other YouTubers, what do you think of this little piece of data?
I think it's great.
So on Twitter you can have this thing where people can subscribe for $5 a month, and so I've just kind of made that a thing where only YouTubers pay the $5 a month because I only share data there.
Yeah.
And so it's cool because now I have these people, whenever I want to share data, it's not egotistical. It's people who actually crave that stuff and know I'm not trying to flex and say, hey, look at me. I'm just more hey guys, what do you think of this cool little thing? Yeah.
Speaking of other YouTubers, you're still doing masterminds.
Of course. You always
meeting
like
a group of creators that you get together with and go on trips with and
100%.
And learn
that's how
from
you
them.
stay on top. I got to always be learning from everyone.
That's cool. To me, it's really cool that you're so committed to that.
Well, of course.
It's just
It'd be crazy
I guess it's
not
just,
to.
for me, I think of it as that was a part of your origin story.
Yeah.
When I think about the MrBeast origin story, so much of it has to do with creating a group of creators.
Yeah.
But I just love that it's still a part of your
now
narrative.
it's different. It's more just who are the 5 people that are innovating the most, doing the most creative stuff? Who are the 5 people that are pushing the boundaries? And then, just talk to me once a month or once every other week. And
who do you feel like some of those people are who are pushing the boundaries?
I'm struggling to find them right
now.
I really am.
Yeah.
I don't want to say names because I'm grasping at straws with some of them, but I'm just what did you learn? And then they tell me, and I just tell them, here's everything I learned. I watched your video. Here's why I think it's bad and how it could be better. Let me know how else I could add value. And I try to do that as much as possible.
I'm not sure that the next chapter of YouTube is channel specific more than over the short term. It's going to be video specific. We're going to see videos that really pop.
I mean, that's where we are now, but that's because a lot of people, when they have a video pop, they just don't know why. They don't I know why my videos do well because, like I said before, I spent 10 years of my life just hyper obsessing over all this. I mean, the amount of YouTube videos I watch in my life is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, and the amount of videos I've broken down frame by frame is in the thousands over my life. And the amount of hours I've spent studying stuff is something that's interesting is how they say it takes 10,000 hours to master something, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone says that. And everyone's proud when they're I put 10,000 hours into this thing. I'm going to put 10,000 days into this. Literally. I'm going to, 10,000 days is 30 years, and I'm almost 15 years in. I'm literally on a quest to not put in 10,000 hours, but actual 10,000 days into my craft. So it's that level. I'm literally halfway there, which I've never heard someone say that before. And it kind of hit me in the head earlier when I was fuck. Because I was 10,000 hours just isn't that much, in terms of what I devote to this. And so throughout all that just sheer stupid amount of time I've dumped into this, I've just learned what does well. But for other people, they don't. And they upload 20 videos, one does well, and they don't know why the other 19 didn't do well. And it's just,
And we spent years not paying attention to videos that did well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we tried to learn from mistakes, but we should have been learning from success. Because you look at our videos that do well on our channel, go back 3 years, the next video we make bombs.
Yeah.
Because it has nothing to do.
I know every time you guys came down.
You would tell us.
I would tell you why.
It is true. Sometimes that is harder. To
it's
learn
harder to pay attention to
You would
success.
think that if something does well, you'd repeat it.
Yeah. The thing is, it's all knowledge. It really is. And every time I say this, people debate it to the end of time on Twitter, but I don't care. I could start a new channel tomorrow with not using my face or my voice, without ever promoting it, and in 6 months have 20 million subscribers. I just could.
There's sometimes where I have theories that you are doing that and it's going to happen and you're not going to tell
I live
anyone.
through people vicariously all the time and help people just get a couple million subscribers here and there. It's purely knowledge. If you knew what I knew, you could get 10 million views a video and you could get 10 million subscribers no matter where you are right now within 6 months. It really is just knowledge. And I can already tell you 90% of the people watching, they don't agree with that. They don't. And everyone has excuses and they're always like, nah, YouTube just doesn't work like that, Jimmy. You don't understand. But I mentor a lot of people. I see it even to this day. I still see it all the time. It is possible. It is simply knowledge. And the second you accept that it is knowledge and you start your, for me, 10,000 day journey of learning, for you, whatever it is, if you want to be less hardcore, and like actually figuring out, you know, what makes a good video? What does my audience want? How can I elevate? And then you take that knowledge and you just assume that I will never understand what the perfect video is. And every single day I just need to be devoted to learning as much as possible and improving as much as possible. And I got to improve every video as much as I can. Then there you go, you know?
You feel like people still underestimate YouTube as a whole.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Has it got, I feel like it has gotten better, but I am surprised sometimes when I see like traditional media
when people look at the
it.
views on my video, they still don't like, you know, they're like, oh, well, yeah, he, you know, might get 150 million views on a video, but like this show gets 2 million viewers or whatever, you know, or it's like, it's not the same. Like those 2 million viewers are like different. And it's, you know, it's
Are
like,
you talking about the Succession finale? Because you tweeted about that. You trolled them pretty bad.
Memeing on random tweets.
It was funny. You said, I didn't know numbers go that low.
Okay, all right. Well, that was probably, it was probably 4 a.m. I was probably in bed just
We won't
dumb.
put that tweet up.
I'm kidding. No, put it up. Or they're going to go search for it.
That was interesting. That the Succession finale had like 2.9 million views or something.
But that was live viewers.
Live
right?
viewers,
so which is very impressive. And I'm sure over time it's going to go on to get tons of other ones. I mean, I don't know. Like that is actual apples to apples because that means that many people watch the whole series, which is pretty crazy. Yeah. Which is why I want to make my own show. Yeah. So I can actually see like, you know, what it's like.
24-hour views of that, who knows what that was? Maybe 10 million.
Yeah,
which is pretty impressive. Which is really impressive on a narrative show like that.
Yeah, you got people to watch that many seasons and get all the way to the end.
And get that connected,
Exactly.
Yeah. What did you, I'm just curious. When I look at this hat that you wear, this Nike hat, I think so much about our video we made in November with you at the Beast Burger opening.
Yeah? My Nike hat?
Yeah.
What about it?
I'm just curious what you thought about that video that we made with you.
Oh,
yeah.
The hat just reminded me.
The hat reminded me of that video.
I thought you were about to ask.
And I remember we talked about it a bit afterwards, but like I kind of briefly reflected on that video. But I'm curious, 6 months later, like what you think about that video.
I think it was it's a little eye-opening for me. I guess kind of like I said, I don't know anything about you, really. Yeah. Like I don't. I don't even know your wife's name, you know, until you told me about the wedding ring. I didn't know you took it off. But it's like, it kind of helped me like I thought people knew like how hard what I do is and like blah, blah. And that really opened my eyes. Like, I was like, that was not that crazy for me. Like it was crazy in a hectic day, but in the scheme of what I do, like that is like just a slightly above stressful day for me. Right. But everyone in the comments is like, I had no idea. This is what Jimmy goes through. This is Jimmy's life. And I was like, what do you mean? Like this, like I've done harder things. Do you think making Squid Game in 30 days was easy? Like, you know, this was me for 30 days straight. And it's like, so it was pretty eye-opening to me that like, I think a lot of people think what I do is easier than it is. I know. I mean,
that was the first time that we truly spent 24 hours with you, like not here. Yeah. You know, and just saw like what something of that scale felt like with you.
Exactly.
And I think our goal with that piece was to make people feel like a sense of empathy too. Of like,
it's
whoa,
hard.
this is like...
It's hard.
And there was exciting moments like coming out of the elevator with you and everyone cheers and like there's 20,000 people there, you know, and then also like figuring out the logistics of all that. Yeah. But yeah, that was a really fun thing to make.
Yeah, it was eye-opening because it's, like I said, a lot of people I think my life is easier than it is. Yeah. And like just these magical big videos that no one else does just happen. And, you know, there's a reason no one else does what I do. Right. There is. Like no one, not a single creator makes videos anywhere near as difficult as we do. Yeah. And there's a reason. Like they're freaking hard. They're so hard. And so actually after that, I actually hired a guy to follow me around and film me 24/7. It sucks that he's not here.
What about the Colin and Spear show?
Yeah, he's dumping footage right now off cards. But I've been having a guy ever since then follow me around and like he films me. And so, bro, I have so much footage of me just working.
Who's editing that?
Well, right now, don't worry about it too much. But no, but I'm actually
hey, just forget.
I just don't want to say because this, it's like it's not connected to the internet, just connected to a computer because there's so much footage of my life on it. But I'm gonna like just do this for a whole year, and then I think like I don't know. I think that would make sense to post on Netflix, like
yeah,
100%.
Yeah, but like I think what I would
want.
want to do, I don't know. What I've been brainstorming is like every year. So like I just name like it's each season is just a year of my life. It's like 25, 26, 27.
that's sick.
And then like I don't know if it would make sense to follow me around for like 3 or 4 years and build them up, or if I just do it for this year and every year on my birthday I drop it. But it's like, I mean, we're getting 8 hours of content a day, and this is like crazy stuff that like I know people are gonna want to see, like every little thing from like a 10-hour design meeting from Feastables to like you know filming videos behind the scenes and like or me going for 30 hours straight and like being like, please just give me a 5-hour break so I can sleep. Like all this cool content. So I think like I might just drop it on some streaming platform because it's gonna be like I don't even know. Like the problem is I got so much content that it might need like each year of my life might need to be like 10 episodes, like literally, or like 3 or 4 like 1 hour episodes just to like show a whole year.
It might not
of my
do it
life.
justice if you wait 3 to 4 years to
Exactly.
Which then it's just a docuseries.
So that's where I think like kind of like Drive to Survive, like how you see so much behind, like a MrBeast version of it, where it's like every year on my birthday, it's like here's like you know this year it's 3 1-hour episodes, next year it's 5 because we had a crazy year, and next year it's 2.
Would you feel like on something like that, you would want creative control, or would you feel more open to someone else's vision of like, what that looks like?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I just let the guy follow me around, do it, and edit it. So I'm probably just gonna let him do it. I got too much stuff going on.
yeah. But that's cool to have like another vantage point of your experience.
Exactly. And I'm kind of like, oh, after we do this at the end of the year, I can have someone come with the footage, and I can see how many hours went to Feastables, how many hours went to this, and like my data brain. It's like I love having someone follow me around all day because now I can like look at that and see where my life went. You know? But I think it's going to be phenomenal content. It sucks that he's not here right now. He's like occasionally he has to like dump all the SD cards, so it's like that's what he's doing today.
We filmed some stuff today and yesterday that I feel like would be really cool.
It's cool to me that it was the Beast Burger video that we made that made you think I want to have
I was
someone.
like, bro, because like you made what was it, 40 minutes?
40 minutes,
40 minutes around one day of my life. One freaking day of my life was a 40-minute video that 10 million people want to watch. And it's like, so he's been following me around for a long time now. He's got like, I mean, he's got hundreds of those. It's gonna be crazy.
Interesting.
Wow.
I don't even know like. I mean, sometimes like it's literally like 6 hours of like actual usable good footage in a day, and I'm like, bro, you could just make a documentary on that day. Like, I don't even know what we're gonna do with this. So
I think it's important for people to see what making YouTube videos looks like, and obviously at your scale, it's a little
May
bit
7th.
different.
I'll probably end up dropping the first one on my next birthday, so we'll see. Assuming a streaming platform will actually pay what it's worth, so that'll be interesting.
I feel like every time we do a podcast, you call out streaming platforms, which I love.
It is, but hey, it's about to get real because I'm going to have that. I'm going to have the 10-episode series if someone will just, you know, trust me and put up enough money and let me do what I want and not, you know, mess with the creative vision. And I got another one. All right, can this? If I tell you what it is, you'll have to mute it. But you put it in. I want
Sure. We'll just maybe share our reaction.
Yeah.
Well. But are you actually going to mute it? Because if it accidentally got in, it would like screw me.
Yeah, but listen, we've built up trust over the years.
This is not one of those like you can't forget to mute it.
We're not going to forget to mute it.
Okay. So we're trying to get. Oh my god. And do like.
Whoa.
Wow.
So we also have that in the works, and it's looking
that
likely.
Would be crazy.
All right, now unblur.
Yeah, all right, now unmute. Yeah.
Can we not mute?
Mention nothing. Mention nothing.
Okay.
But is that not the banger out of this world?
But that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And
that's more than a great idea. That is the pinnacle of ideas.
If they agree to that, that will be the moment that I was talking about, where you'll start to see the worlds blend in a different way.
Yeah.
But the moment that happens.
And imagine so that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Yeah.
The funnel. That's what I'm saying. It's a no-brainer.
That would be insane.
But there is a big barrier of subscription price on certain streamers.
Yeah.
You know? Or all streamers.
And just like in Walmart and these other retailers, how I can point to how I'm driving new people to these aisles. Like it's the same way there. Yeah. Data is data. And like, I mean, they're throwing around 9-figure deals sometimes to people who like don't get 100 million views a video. They get like 1 million, you know what I mean? On random things on television shows. So it's like, I mean, I see the kind of checks they write. It's like, it's a no-brainer to work with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we just got to figure it out, which they know that. They're not dumb.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They'll figure it out.
Of course, we will.
You don't have any fear in doing that?
We can't talk about it anymore.
You can't say that.
No more ideas.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
We
gotta
muted
mute
it anyway.
Yeah, we got to mute what Colin
muted
just
it
said.
anyway.
There we
Yeah.
go. That's
Now
all
we have to
muted.
mute so many things. Yeah.
Okay.
That was funny. That's great. Is there something that you feel like, even in an effort to document your life, that people still don't understand about you, or that you wish people understood about you?
Oh gosh. I mean, I think the biggest thing is people just think what I do is a lot easier than it is.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, I'm serious. I'm just regurgitating myself from earlier, but there is a reason no one else does what I do. Yeah. There just is. Like, no one on YouTube. I've been doing this for years. There's been plenty of time for someone to spend millions of dollars, to build a team, to do big videos, to do videos that take a month to film, 6 months to set up. Like, if people wanted to, they could, but it's hard. It's so hard. And to consistently do that is like, it's just so much work, and so much more work than, and whatever people think we're doing, it's 10 times harder. They just don't realize it, So I'd say that's the biggest thing, is like, I think people, a lot of them think I just throw around money, but it's like, it's not that. It's like, if it was that, everyone would be doing what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Or every creator would.
Yeah.
When it comes to team, how do you pitch jumping on board for that? Because I feel like even for Samir and I, it's much easier to be like, yeah, we'll put ourselves through hell. Like, we'll stay up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. Because it's like, this is our name on this channel, and this is what we've chosen to do, and it's what we like. But it gets tougher when you have people come in and work. What I would say, how do you pitch it to people, or what do you look for? What's the type of person that is down to be on this journey?
Well, one thing is, the highest thing I value is coachability, because like, no one's going to come in here and be able to tell us what to do, right? And no one's going to come in here knowing what to do. Like, the first 6 months you work here, you're useless, and it's fine. You're supposed to be useless. Like, I've spent 10 years of my life doing this. I've had people here for 5-6 years now. Like, they will just run circles around you no matter who you are. You know what I mean? And so coachability is very important, because people who aren't, then like, they just don't belong here, which is crazy. But it's that simple. It's like, I'm going to tell you how you can charge me more money, but people really struggle with that because they want to prove they're valuable, or they think they know better, especially if they come from traditional, which is why I don't hire traditional anymore, because they think everything we do is just stupid. But it's like, our shows aren't scripted. It's not even a show. I don't know why I call it a show. Like, what we film isn't scripted. So it's like, things aren't efficient, but they can't be efficient, because to be efficient, you'd have to fake things, and we don't fake things. You know what I mean? So it's like, just coachable. And then you just have to see the value. You have to believe YouTube's the future. You have to believe we're going to be on top 5-10 years from now. You have to really see the vision, which not all people do. A lot more now. Earlier on, I'd always have people that'd be like, I'm going to be honest, like, like, we're talking like 2-3 years ago when I'm getting 10 million views a video, like, they'd be like, I really think this might be the peak of the channel. I'm like, it's just not. Here's 100 ways we can improve the videos. And I'd be like, yeah, I just don't see it. Like, you're biased. Obviously, you think it's going to keep growing, but like, I think I should just, like, I'm going to go figure something else out. Like, I don't know. I just don't know if this is where I'm going to be. Like, come on, Jimmy. Like, are you really going to be doing this in 10 years? Like, this is things I would say like 5 years ago. Are we really? Like, let's be realistic. You know what I mean? And so I've lost so many people over the years. And it's funny, almost every single one of those people end up regretting it. And they're all always like, they always end up calling 3 years later, and they're like, wow, how was I supposed to know you were going to get 100 million views a video? No one's ever gotten 100 million views a video before. And I was like, bro, I literally laid it all out for you. I told you everything. You just didn't believe in me. And it is what it is. Like, I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. But I told you this would happen, and you just didn't trust me. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? And so I've had that happen so many times. So see the value, coachable. And I mean, I could go down the list. Like, do you have 5 hours? I can tell you all the things that make someone a great partner, I was
going to say, do you have that vision now of like, where does this channel go?
Of course.
In 5 years?
Bro, I've got at least 20 years left. This is easy.
What does it look like? Do you get to 1 billion views a video at some point?
Know.
Like,
here's the thing. Fuck stats. We're going to make the best videos possible. And I'll get what I want if I do that.
That's something you said to us maybe 4 years ago. You said, just focus on making the best videos, and the whole world will open up to you.
Exactly.
And I think that's some of the best.
Look where I'm at.
I'm going to say, I think that's some of the best advice we've gotten as not only
Bro, I'm the
YouTubers.
only one to this day that still says this. Everyone's all about everything else. I'm like, literally, I'm up here getting like 10 times more views than everyone else. And I'm just going, Just make great videos. Just obsess over what people want and give them what they want.
But I think it is like you get a taste of a little bit of success, and then you're like, I'm going to launch all of these things.
Yeah.
And now I can't focus on making videos, you know?
Yeah, I suffered from that a little bit.
Yeah, that happens, right? Like to creators, I think what we see is creators like balloon out like this, and then the best ones refocus.
Yeah.
Right? They come back and they're like, wait a second.
This is what matters.
Wait a second. Yeah. I feel like we're experiencing that right now, you know, where it's like, wait a second. We got to refocus, you know, like this is what matters the most. This unlocks the world.
I love it.
You know, 2 years ago, we did this podcast.
Yes.
And it kind of drastically changed our career, you know, amongst other videos we did and different things we did. But
at one point, we were number 1, 2, 3, and 4, right?
I mean, you look at our channel, a lot of the videos have been collaborations with you.
Reed snuck up there. But
Reed snuck up there.
With the MrBeast style, Carl snuck up there.
Yeah.
But you are probably one of the most sought after collaborations. The amount of times I see someone make a video trying to give you something that's oversized.
Yeah.
Like
I say no to a lot of those.
Yeah. At this point, what do you say yes to?
I say yes to things where I think people genuinely put in effort. I think there's a phase where like people are just giving me stuff, but it's just so low effort and it's not original. And there's just so they can slap my face on a thumbnail. And so like, that's why I say no to basically everything now. Like I don't do those anymore because they're just like, it's like, I don't know, like I can only receive big things so many times. And I don't like faking my personality. And like, if someone gave me another low effort item, like, and they're filming and they pull a curtain off, they're like, oh, what do you think? I'd probably say, this fucking sucks. I'm glad you got my face on the thumbnail. Can I go do something important? Like I'm kind of, which is why I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So I just like, I just say no.
Yeah,
but like I would say yes if I actually thought someone did something actually awesome, but no one does. So
yeah, that makes sense.
All right, what's our outro?
Last time we gave away something, right?
We gave away a Gatorade bottle.
We gave you a Gatorade
All right, we're giving away this Feastables bar right
we'll
here.
give away this exact one.
I kissed
but you have
it.
to like sign it or something.
No, I kissed it. There you go.
kissed it.
All right.
Give me that pen. You know what?
Yeah,
Sorry.
sign it. All right, we'll give this away to, should we give it away as a subscriber or someone who comments?
Someone who subscribes to MrBeast. No, someone random who comments, I watched to the end. They're going to send you this Feastable bar.
That's good.
I'm handing it to Samir.
Yep.
If someone is not given the Feastable bar, it is not my problem.
It's not
I
his.
don't care.
It's
he
mine.
scammed you.
Yes.
Not
This is
me.
on us.
I
This is
want
on
no
us.
responsibility.
Okay. You have to comment that you watched all the way till the end. And you actually, come on.
Put
watch all the
3
way to
periods
end.
at the end,
Yeah.
so then I know you watched to the end of the end. Like you watched past
the deep
that.
end, the deepest end.
All right, now, wait for it. Put 10 periods. And we're only going to give it to someone who said, I watched them with 10 periods because we want to reward the most loyal of the viewers. You guys know how retention works.
Yeah.
Don't click off.
Yeah.
All right, but now we're done.
Now
we're
it's
done.
over. It's
now
really
you can
over.
click off.
See you in a year.
Now we're going to give it to someone who put 20 periods. That is his final. I watched to the end 20 periods. People who put 1, 3, or 10 are disqualified. Always watch to the end. All right, end it. Get this mic away from
That's
me.
over.
It's over.